And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Braemar Arena. It's Hockey Night in Edina. Oh, that's right, and it's Hockey Day, Minnesota, along with Bart Archer. I'm Pete Wagner. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Our guy Rick is finishing up his last passes on the ice here. Going to get started here in about 4 minutes as we'll face off in Game 2, the rubber, well, not really the rubber match, but the back end of a home and home. They got some Chicago Bears music going right there. So it reminds you of the North Stars Hawks, the home and homes. Remember those Saturday, Sunday affairs? We go down to Chicago Stadium on Saturday nights?
Yeah.
Sunday nights, I mean? One
of the few memories I'm able to retain over the years, but yeah, they were kind of playing that pretty loud. In fact, somebody came into the press box, thought we governed that, and asked us to turn it down, and I called him a fuddy-duddy and sent him on his way. But
yeah, you did, didn't you?
No, I didn't. Of course I didn't. But no, this is the back end of a home and home. Edina bested Hill Murray Pioneers at Aldrich Arena 3-0 last night. In Hill Murray, I'm obviously pretty motivated to try to balance the scales. But coming into Braemar Arena, they got some work to do.
Edina has goals that were scored by Michael Shoemaker, an even strength tally, 2:05 in the first period, assist to Cole Kavanaugh. Jet Jungles scored an even strength goal to open up the second period, just 42 seconds into it. Mason Nevers and Jake Boltman in on the helpers there. And then at 13:42 of the second period, it was Liam Malmquist, an even strength marker from Brett Chorsky and Jackson Bohr. Shots on goal for the game favored Edina by a margin of 39-28. Power plays were feeble last night as the Hornets were 0 for 2 with the man advantage, and Hill Murray was 0 for 3. Edina is formidable, 13-1-1. There's now only one unbeaten team in the state of Minnesota in Class A or AA hockey, and that, of course, is the Minnetonka Skippers off their 5-2 win over the Andover Huskies this morning. You know, I was amazing. That game started at, like -28 air temperature, Bart Archer?
Yeah, incredible.
Heated up 20 degrees, and it was still -8. I mean,
the heat
what
wave.
A swing that is. That's like going from 60 to 80 in 4 hours,
well,
or from 9 to noon, 3 hours.
And I'd have to imagine the ice had some effect, but they said that the ice was a little bit of a concern. Took a little while to get used to, but they finally found their strides. But Minnetonka, the tough team that they are, kind of rose to the occasion in the third period, scoring a couple goals. But it was fun, but I was kind of surprised that they put that marquee matchup at 9:30 in the morning, but I would certainly have to watch it.
Well, one of the things that I've had a ton of questions and texts on is, why in the world would Mark Manny put the second goalie in or the other goalie in the third period? And if you heard his post-game remarks, it was absolutely perfect. We said, you know what? It's not about the result here, folks.
Right.
It's about the process. I got all 20 of my guys into the game. They played. They contributed. And, it's a memory and an experience that they will never forget. Would we like to have won the game? Sure. But in the end, in 40 years, when you look back at your class reunion, you say, remember that game we played up in Bemidji? It was freezing. It was awesome. But how would you like to, I know the benches were heated, but how would you like to be the backup goaltenders?
Yeah.
just shelved on the bench, just freezing. I mean, really.
No.
And so I thought that was really a class act by Mark Manny and the Andover Huskies, and they will be definitely heard from. By the way, Duluth East and the Greyhounds struggling.
Yeah,
against the Moorhead Spuds here tonight, losing 3-0. Moorhead's a very good team. I think what all of this means to us out here in the fruited plain is that it is wide open, Bart Archer.
Well, indeed it is. In Duluth East, they're going to be there come late February and perhaps early March as well. But they're just struggling to score goals. I think a couple of teams are getting into that area where they're just not scoring, and I think Hill Murray's kind of guilty of that as well, Pete. They started the season a very formidable 6-1, and they scored 41 goals for in those games and only 10 against. But in the last 8 games, they've only scored 18 goals, so they went from 5.5 goals per game down to 2+. Their defense has been pretty steady, but they've really called upon Remington Keppel, the goaltender, to really kind of raise his game and keep their team in the games, because 4 out of the last 5, I think, is how far back I went. He's had over 30-some saves and save percentage of about .950, so he's a really, really good goaltender. He's going to be tested tonight against these Hornets.
Well, indeed, for the second night back-to-back, I think it's a fresh thing here in high school hockey for these teams to do that. For Edina, they've ripped off 4 straight wins since their loss back on December 29th, the lone loss of the season to the Chaska Hawks. And they came up with wins over Lakeville South by a score of 4-1, St. Louis Park 8-0, and the Blake Bears
Well, Peter, during those games, Edina likes to start quick. We've talked about that. In fact, last night it was Shoemaker that scored at 2:05 in the first period. And then, again, Jungle scored at 42 seconds in the second period. And if you kind of put the rewind button on, in that Blake game, they scored 26 seconds into the first and 5 seconds into the second. And during the St. Louis Park game, 1:16 into the first. So Edina likes to start very, very quickly. So the first 2-3 minutes are paramount for this Hill Murray Pioneer team to come out and try to establish their game.
Especially here at Braemar Arena, where the Hornets seem to have a little bit of an extra step, a little bit of an extra stride. And we'll take a look at them. For the Pioneers of Hill Murray, it's... you take a look back at their past few games. They ended up defeating Centennial back in the Schwann Cup, the Gold Division at Ritter Rink, for a score of 4-1. That was for the championship there. They lost to Benil St. Margaret's right after by a score of 1-0. Defeated Stillwater 2-1. Tied Matamidi last Saturday and lost to Edina last night.
Well, in what Hill Murray's been doing is they're 3-3-2 in their last 8 games after starting 6-1. So they're just looking to get back on track, and it all comes down to the offensive zone. Defensively, they've been very responsible, and their goaltender's been exceptional. So they just need to find some more offensive puck luck and put a bigger number on the boards on the offensive side, and they'll be just fine. But anytime Bill Lechner coaches a team, they certainly have a chance in each and every game they play.
Got to keep your eyes on Charlie Strobel of the Pioneers. 13 goals, 8 assists, 21 points. He leads the way for his team. Very good on the power play with 4 of his points coming on it. But how about Brett Oberle with his 1 goal, 7 assists, defenseman solid with 4 goals and 12 assists for his addition as well. You mentioned Remington Koppel. Really good in goals, 6-4-2, big fella, 1.69 goals against average and a .934 save percentage. Bart Archer, we will definitely see him employed. And you know what? You got to like the big frame as well.
Well, he's got some good numbers, but he's really kept his team in virtually each and every game. But I think what's impressive for this Pioneer team is their backline. 12 goals, 27 assists, 39 total points, and 4 power plays, and that's out of 59 goals. So a good chunk of their offense is generated from the backline.
We'll pause now for your national anthem. We'll face it off here from Braemar Arena in a matter of minutes. Tonight's coverage presented by the Tradition Companies. Find them at traditionco.com. Good to see our good friend Nick Kennedy is on board with us here tonight. He's got us pulled up on the big screen. That score bug created by our very own Matt Harrington, Matty Ice. Man, we're going to miss him heading back to Butler University and Peoria. Oh, God.
I'm missing him already. He's
Bradley.
not even gone.
Sorry, Bradley University
Wow.
in Peoria, Illinois.
The steely-eyed glare.
Yeah, I know. He just launched on me. Incredible. So bear with us. I think the lights are going to come up full blast here in about 5 seconds, and so we're going to have to adjust the camera. We'll see how good our guy Will Vanderbilt is on that.
Pete, player of focus tonight is number 7 in the white, Liam Malmquist. 12 goals, 10 assists, 22 points in the last 9 games. In fact, he had a stretch 3 games against Cretan, Moorhead, where he had back-to-back hat tricks, in St. Thomas Academy. So this is a young man that has found his game. He is on fire. There's only 3 games he hasn't registered a point. Mason Nevers has a 15-game point streak going, so there's a lot of good things going on the offensive side for the Edina Hornets coming into this game.
Absolutely on fire is something to say. Is nothing to say the least for one Mason Nevers.
Here we go.
We are underway here from Braemar Arena. The Hornets and the Pioneers, a couple of green and white additions in the Pioneer zone it goes for an icing call. Back the other way we come.
Well, again, this first 2 minutes is going to be very important for the Pioneers. Edina likes to show up with a lot of energy and put pressure on right away, and they're going to test Koppel early as possible. But I think it's going to be Hogue that's going to be tested a little bit because this is a motivated Pioneers team. You can just tell by their body language that they're going to come with all guns blazing.
Indeed they are. If someone mentioned on our chat, did you notice the Andover goalie and D were looking into the sun for 2 periods? It's a very fair statement. It's a little tougher to deal with. There are a lot of elements there. I think the Hockey Day Minnesota is a great thing, and I love the outdoor affair, but I think it should be considered an exhibition game.
Well, not a bad idea.
And because it's, you only get 25 of these things that count.
Well, and then you get the shadows from the boards when the sun gets a little long. Maybe put the lights on during the game, but it's a nice event.
Or you get the Pioneer goaltenders that were swimming in the crease in Moorhead about 6 years ago. I mean, it's a different thing. There's Vorlicki at center. He's going to be stood up on the play, turns it over, and the future Wisconsin Badger retreats back in behind the net. Long ring to the right wing side. Borst finds Chorsky. Jungles in stride. Chorsky straight ahead of the net. Oh, mishandle there. There's a shot. A save made. Nice one there. I want a save there by Remington Keppel. He stops at an opportunity. Little mishandle there by Jungles, kind of took that momentum of that scoring chance away, Bart Archer.
Yeah, indeed. I think it dragged it out a little longer than he wanted to, but I think it hit the ice and something bounced a little bit. But he did get it to Chorsky for a redirect, and Chorsky's and brought him into the goaltender Koppel. But he's a big young man, but net off the moorings. On the south side, actually, Braemar Arena for a change, but faceoff's going to be the Koppel's left.
Remington Keppel, no relation to Randy Keppel of the former Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars, at least that I'm aware of.
I'll still mispronounce his name.
We'll have to find out. You always called him Ted Koppel. No relation to.
Creature of habit,
remember him?
Yeah.
Remember the very stiff Ted Koppel?
Absolutely.
Back in behind the net it goes. It's going to be
mentor.
cut off. Oh, the Hornets now in the offensive zone. Work it to the corner, picked off by the Pioneers. Handled there defensively by Fleischacker. Now it's going to be picked off by Edina. That's Colby. Shot from up high. That's pushed down the wall there toward the slot by Morton. Kept in at the line. And now it's the Pioneers to control. Fleischacker plays that one ahead for Tobical, who plays that one back in behind the net. Now it's going to be Vorlicki from the right wing side in front of the bench area. Plays that through everyone, and icing will be the call. Back into Edina territory. We'll visit Loudon Hogue.
Well, we're just a minute and 55 into it and still so scoreless game so far. So check out box for success for the Pioneers. Now they have an offensive zone faceoff. Possession is going to be very important for this Hill Murray team. Obviously, it is for Edina as well. But the more that Pioneers can possess the puck, it keeps it off the Edina Hornets stick, and the more it bodes well for a chance for success in Braemar Arena tonight.
Loudon Hogue, the Edina goalie, enters this one at 10-1-1 on the season. The sophomore has a .206 goals against and a .906 save percentage with one shutout to his credit. In front they go. That hits the skate of Bishop, and then he decides to take the big frame down on Henry Eischen.
Well, and then Ben Bishop fell on top of him, so it didn't get any easier for him. But trying to get the puck in front of Hogue is really what they need to do. But pretty good job of defending by Edina, just keeping it to the outside and keeping it below the goal line. But you can see the fight in the Pioneers tonight, very motivated.
6 seniors on this Hill Murray roster. Meanwhile, there's a dozen for the Hornets. You win and lose with seniors and juniors. This Hill Murray team reminds me a lot of the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights. Very young, very talented, and they mirrored each other well in what was an overtime when there's a shot at on goal that's handled. That was won in overtime by the Red Knights 1-0. So they mirror each other quite a bit here, Bart.
Yeah, indeed they do. And not the problem, but the challenge for the youngsters is when they get kind of in a goal-scoring drought, everybody tries to kind of kick their game up and tries to do too much. They just have to relax. And once those goals start coming, they can relax and they'll continue to progress and get better as the year goes on.
Williams shot wide of the mark off the end boards. Delaney and Nevers are there behind the end boards. That goes through the crease area. And it's going to be back in behind the net. Nevers watched on the play. That's Vincent Hurlachek. That was Brett Oberle on him. And here come the Pioneers back out of the zone from the right wing side. They're going to play this. Played in by Williams. Cut off and played to the near boards and the far boards rather, sent right back in. I think we say the name Phil Duos. Is that how I say it? Edina East class of 79. Watching these games from Seattle. Thanks for the nice words. We appreciate your viewership.
Absolutely.
Keep it coming. That is great stuff. Sent back in. I hope I didn't butcher the name too bad.
Well, that's my job, Pete.
I Bart Archered it. Peterson with it. I just pretend like I know. I don't know if I do. Overman now. Checked on the play by Ryan Peterson, the senior D for the Pioneers. That one's turned aside by Keppel. Back up to the line it goes. Now that's Johnson with a shot. That's off the stick of the Hornets. Michael Shoemaker had the game's first goal last night. Trying to repeat the effort again here. Nice work off the end boards by Peterson. Jammed on the play is Nick Mountain. And it's going to be up to the line and held in by Bishop. In on goal. Nice view there by Keppel to make the save, and he hangs on.
Well, Bishop showed a little confidence that when he held the blue line. Most players might actually take a step back and cheat to get back into the defensive position. But a nice wrist shot on goal. Really not too harmless. Didn't affect Koppel too much, but allowed a line change for both squads. Face-off now to Koppel's left. 13-15 left in the scoreless first period. Been pretty tight checking. Not a lot of room out there, Pete.
Well, that's usually what you see in these types of home and homes. You get a little bit of a book on each other, and you make your adjustments. This is like period 4. That's how I always view these types of things. And now it's going to be Borst with it. Played away back at center. Vorlicki tries to keep the line. Instead, trickles to center. He's jammed on the play by Quast, and it's sent back in behind. Set up for Palatichuk as he's going to play that one up into the neutral zone off the stick of the Hornet defense. That's Reiners to Vorlicki, deflected in by Chorsky. Wide of the mark now. It's Palatichuk with it. Left wing side. Cut off by Borst. Can't get it deep as it's going to be the Pioneers as they try to work it rink wide. Vorlicki gets position. He's going to be forechecked on the play by Owen Quast. Plays the body there. Puck is poked to the boards. Picked up by Chorsky. Now it's going to be Jungles from the left wing side. Poked off his stick by Fleischacker as Jungles try to get it deep. Not so fast. Now at center, it's going to be sent right back in by Owen Quast. And now it's going to be Williams. Plays the boards for Vorlicki. Jungles comes away with it. Looks ahead. That one's just underneath the... We're good. We're still in play. Mr. Bergeron said we're good. Back into the neutral zone we go. Sent right back in behind the net. Now it's going to be Williams with it. Nice acceleration as he's forced out of the zone by Reifenberger. And now to the right wing side, sent in by the Hornets. That was the big man, Luke Rugemer. Rugemer now will open up high as it's going to be Colby that tried to find him, and that misses the mark all the way back down into Edina territory it goes. Williams better hurry because here comes Tabacal. Now up high to the line. Edina's Colby plays this one off the boards and into the shins of Luke Reifenberger. Colby slings that one to the right side. Quick touch pass for Morton across the line. Deflected up off the netting and out of play with 11:15 to go. We're scoreless here in the first from Braemar Arena. Again, another nice crowd assembling here.
And they're still filing in as well. Edina's trying to set up in the Hill-Murray zone, but Hill-Murray being very responsible defensively. Hill-Murray's not shy about just getting it deep and making Edina at least come the full 200 feet and contesting them in the Edina zone. So they're just pushing the puck in and chasing. Edina's done a pretty good job of getting the puck back up the ice in transition. So things should start opening up a little bit as this period progresses.
Back in behind the net. Oberle looks to the left wing. Delaney works down on his man. There's Lucas Wallen, 9 goals on the season across the line. Plays that back in and around behind the net. Wallen gets that behind as he found Eischen. Up to the wing it goes. Nice job by Wallen to keep that alive. They play it to the high slot. There's a quick shot. Nice pad save. Hoag gathered off his pad. Controlled now by the Pioneers. Quast was there with it. They'll play this up the wall and all the way back into Hill-Murray territory. No ice on the play as it's going to be Ryan Peterson back to retrieve in his own end. He'll lose the handle. Edina comes away with it. Low slot area, and they'll gather it in and play that back up out of the zone. Off the boards and chasing this puck into the corner are the Pioneers. A little bit too close to the checkered line for Quast. That's Joe Quast, and icing the call.
Well, he showed some good hustle trying to get after that. He knew he was on his side of the red line, but he almost won that race to the puck. But nonetheless, it was called icing, so faceoff's going to come back down in the Pioneer zone. This is one thing they're going to have to be cognizant of is own zone faceoffs. Edina, when they get to, some success in the faceoff circle, they can really kind of put you behind the 8 ball. So faceoff wins are very, very important for Hill-Murray, especially in an own zone.
Possession, oh so important here to the game of hockey, as we know.
It's a great defender.
And that's a 50-50 to the corner. In come the Hornets with a heavy check, and it's on Palatichuk's stick, and back to center he goes. No ice on the play. Vorlicke waited to drag his man in a little closer. That's Charlie Strobel. He is the leading goal scorer here on this Pioneer edition with 13. Mentioned him in the open. Reiners, rink wide. Reaching back for that's Mark Overman to play that one in behind the net. Check thrown on the play by Edina's Michael Shoemaker. A very methodical approach to the start of this first period between these two teams. It's been station to station almost. Now Vorlicke, who couldn't handle that one, is off his stick. Back at center ice. Strobel off the boards. Now Vorlicke again. He's going to guide it back in behind for Williams. Off the boards. Handled and played off the stick of Kavanaugh. Worked it ahead looking for Jungles. And in front of the Pioneer bench area it goes. A bit of a homecoming of sorts for Bill Lechner and the Pioneers. His son-in-law is Matt Johnson. And somehow Matt got an East Sider, Bill's daughter, to move over to the east side of Edina. Can you believe it?
Wow.
It's a skillful, artful thing there.
Welcome to Edina. I'm the welcome wagon.
Bart Archer. Oh, my word. Back in behind the net. We'll see them at the town station every once in a while with the kids. There's a shot that's wide of the mark. Matt Johnson, of course, played goaltender for Kurt Giles here in the Edina Hornets back in the early 2000s. For those of you keeping track at home. At the line, left wing side, now at the line to center in front of the bench area. That's poked away from Matthew Fleischacker and behind the net. Pioneers now play it to the corner. Seamus Regan. That one's back into center. Here's a foot race for it. Nice job by Wallen to win the race with Williams. Shoulder to shoulder with Boltman. And a quick shot. Scores! The original save made by Hogue. A bit of a mishandle there as it rattled in off the pad, and it's 1-0 Pioneers.
Well, and that's going to be Quas, and that's Joe Quas, senior forward. Got the puck at the left hash and just let one go, and it was Hogue that actually made the initial save, but the momentum of the puck, I think, snuck between his pad and his arm and just trickled over the line. It didn't have to be pretty, just has to be effective. And Hill Murray with an early 1-0 lead, 8:02 left in the first period. Edina forwards going back to kind of give Hogue a little bit of encouragement, so to speak, but that's got to give Hill Murray some energy up to Edina to come back.
So the Pioneers get out to the early lead here in period number 1 with 7:55 to go.
And that's Quas' 4th goal of the season.
Oberle picked up the assist as well. Lucas Wallen with another assist. Delayed penalty coming up. Edina's going to go to the bin.
Well, that's not really a decent response after getting scored on. You don't want to go to the bin, and I think it's going to be Kevin Delaney, a solid contributor to this Edina Hornet squad, going to spend 2 minutes in the box for tripping. 7:34. Great opportunity for Hill Murray to keep this momentum there. You know, coming in here and getting the first goal is really a good situation for Coach Lechner and the Pioneers. Now they get a chance on the power play to build on that, but Edina not a great answer on that one. Another stick penalty.
Power play continues. Back up the left wing wall. Now they'll control it. Jared Jensen finds his man to the corner. That's Tabacle. Now he'll get it back to the line. There's a shot. Redirect. Look out. Ooh, took a nice little flip right into the midsection of Hogue as the Pioneers work the power play.
Well, the Pioneers, you know, when you're starved for goals, getting a power play is in a bad situation. They're 26.7 on the year, which is not a bad number. 12 of 45, the success rate, but going against an 89.1 penalty kill for Edina, they get their work cut out for them. But Edina very tough on the penalty kill, and they can score a shorty, so Hill Murray's still going to have to mind their defensive responsibilities.
Back from behind the net. By the way, I have to say hello to Mark Mason.
Hello, Mark.
Great guy. Son plays on the JV team at their youngest today. Very fine young man. Looked me right in the eye. Said,
like
nice
that.
to meet you. Had a legit smile. That was a very enjoyable experience for yours truly. And, of course, I have to say, he married a Vellner, so he has great judgment.
He's doing okay?
We'll leave it at that. Yep. So I had to make sure we threw that in there
the
for
Pete
sure.
Wagner seal of approval. That means something, too.
Absolutely. Well, we're all OLGers, you know. That's how it works. Our Lady of Grace.
Oh.
There's a shot to the slot, played up high to the line. Strobel, that one's cleared but not out. Now it is. Nice job by Jungles to collect that one in.
Boy, Edina bunching up. A lot of room for Pioneers to work the puck.
They still have 43 to go in the power play, looking to take a 2-0 lead. Pallotta chucked back in behind the net. Now it's going to be Wallen. Up to the line he goes. That was Fleischacker to play that one. Left side now. Wallen again, moving it with a crispness like it. Shot, save. Ooh, fought off with the blocker pad. That was a tough one to make there for Hogue. It was low, about knee high. They look to the slot. Nice save by Hogue. Get the pad down the butterfly position. Now it's Fleischacker, back door. He was there. That feed from up top came from Oberle. And now it's Morton to play to center with 7 to go in the man advantage. The Hornets might have dodged the bullet here, Bart Archer. In on goal, not so fast. Oh, what a save. Oh, off the post. Oh, my word. In on goal it goes. There's Keppel to clear that one away, Bart Archer. That was awfully close.
Well, he kept it out of the net, so the goaltender did his job.
It hit it clean.
Wow.
Referee was right there behind the line. Hornets had not gotten their penalized player back on ice quick enough there, and the Pioneers with a odd man look down low with that 2-on-1. Jungles wanted to start the lawnmower there, couldn't get it turned over on the first round. Now it's Chorsky to play this one to the right wing side, comes back off the return pass from Borst, looked over to Jungles, bounces in on goal. That's Hogue. Ooh, nearly turned over. Chorsky outlets to Jungles. From the left wing side, he has speed and Vincent Hurley hounding him. Now it's for Chorsky from the circle. There's a shot by Borst, fanned on it in front. Keppel was there. Now it's going to be played by Vorlicke, stopped neatly there at the line by Vincent Hurley.
Boy, what
French.
I like it. Little French inflection. Nice
job.
Well,
you go French on the Irishman. It's hockey.
He's having quite a shift, too.
Yeah, he is. He's got the wheels. There he is right there looking at Vorlicke, giving him an angle. Now it's Jungles' big clapper. Ooh, nice glove save fought off there by Keppel on the sinker. From the left wing side, Luke Reifenberger. Now they find their man in the neutral. That's Hurley. Down he goes. Penalty coming up. We saw the power play a bit ago, Bart. It's not bad.
Boy, Vincent Hurley really sold that one at the end of his shift, still being productive, but great shift by the Pioneer forward. Showed some great speed and some contest as well, but Edina making a kind of a trail to the penalty box. Now it's going to be Mark Overman that's going to go for Edina. 4:05 left in the first period. Hillmurray already up by 1. Had a pretty good power play last showing, looking to continue that trend, but they want to beat Loudon Hogue, which has been a challenge. It's been a little exciting down in the Edina end, but Hogue has seemed to settle things down and giving him a chance by keeping the puck out of the net.
I can let the cat out of the bag now. I knew this for a while, as my good friend Tom Chorsky, Brett's father, had told me long in the works, was that Minneapolis was going to be awarded Hockey Day in Minnesota. It's going to be at Parade Park right off of lovely downtown Minnesota. It's going to be a great scene there for sure. Tom was also going to do the Let's Play Hockey chant. By the way, what jacket do I have on here, Bart Archer?
Oh, Let's Play Hockey.
That's right. He was going to let that go tonight as well for the Wild. Maybe he's watching us. I think he's working the Wild game. Pad save for FSN at the table.
Well, the way his son plays, if he gets a chance to watch, I'm sure he's going to tune in because he's really turned in a great performance this year. He's getting better as the year goes on.
Back in behind the net it goes for Vorlicke. He better hurry. Good forecheck with purpose there and good angle by Joe Quast.
Yeah, they're on him in a hurry and really making Edina uncomfortable.
1:20 to go in the man advantage. 3:22 to go in the period here from Braemar Arena. The Pioneers lead by a score of 1-0. With speed across the line, that was Fleischacker. He was jammed on the play by Boltman. Here comes Jungles. He's been sprung. He's got Malmquist with him. They're going after the glove.
Well, they're going to keep testing it until
breaking it in.
Yeah. Well, at least it's Keppel was getting a little bit of work, but nice chip by Malmquist to put it on the stick of Jungles. A left-handed shot coming in on the right side. Kind of changed the angle just a bit, but try to go low glove side. But Keppel, a nice save on that one. 102, as you said, Pete, to the penalty to Edina's Overman. Offensive zone face-off. Nice win by the Pioneers.
Up the right wing wall it goes. Jensen behind the net. Stays on the puck. Pallotta back over for Jensen for Pallotta. The 1T. That one wide of the mark. Scores! The big carom gathered in by Nick Mountain. And he tucks it in, and it's now 2-0 Hill Murray. What a power play goal there. They were moving on that one.
Well, they had Edina kind of chasing a little bit, but this lively end wall in Braemar Arena, the first shot was initially wide. It had some momentum on it, kicked it back out, and Loudon Hogue went to go cover that one, and the puck went into the center slot, but it was Mountain scoring his third goal on the power play. 2:42 remaining in this first period. Edina wants to kind of make some noise, but Hill Murray seems to have all the mojo. Edina's got to stay out of the box. But 2-0 Pioneers.
Back they go into their zone. Boltman for Williams. Edina likes to skate. There's Chorsky inside out. What a move! And what a save. Whoa, let's get a look at that one on a replay, Matt Harrington.
Well, he did a great job of actually dangling the puck in traffic, and he tried to tuck it in 5-0, but it was Keppel that really did a nice job of closing that gap. I think he thought it might have snuck behind him, but he was on top of that puck. But a good follow-up by Edina. You play until the whistle, but a better response this time than the last time for the Edina Hornets.
How about those quick mitts by Chorsky?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
well, plus
you can't teach that stuff. That's God-given.
No, in fact, he's got a great sense of the game, plus he's got a great focus, and he's got a little confidence, and his confidence is brewing. The more confident he gets, the better player he's going to be as well.
Williams with it. That one bounces in on goal, and that's handled. Now we're having a little how's she going in front of the net there.
Yeah, well, it was Ryan Peterson.
Pleasantries.
It was Ryan Peterson that got a little bit aggressive on Jack Borst down there. You got a 2-0 lead. You have the momentum. He wasn't threatening your goaltender, so kind of keep your emotions in check. But there's a lot of pride out there. This is an emotional game. But who can govern their emotions is going to at least give themselves a chance for success. 2:22 left. Edina still got time to make some noise, but Hill Murray's doing a really good job of manning up and minding their defensive responsibilities. That puck danced on Keppel a little bit. He did a nice job of holding on to it.
2:22. Face off to the right of the Pioneer net. Chorsky, nice little move there. Opened up a shooting lane, deflected up and over the top of the goal.
Boy, it was a nice little delay and just a bit of a drag. Just gave him a little bit better sight line. Tried to go up under the bar, but puck ramped up out of play, initiated by this Pioneer team. So once again, face off to Keppel's right.
Bart Archer, if you want to get into content marketing for your business, give me a shout at pete@ropeswing.io. We'll take care of you. We'll increase your page views and sales. It's up to you to close. We're not salespeople, but we'll certainly drive you qualified leads.
You'll set the table.
That's pete@ropeswing.io. And if you need some ad work, it's Agency Underground. Check out the website.
Well, we're going to get another penalty. It's going to be an interference. And it looks like it's going to be the Pioneers this time, and I believe it is Ryan Peterson. So these are the kind of things you really need to stay away from, especially when you're on the road and you have a 2-goal lead. Stay out of the box. Edina 23.3. If there's one kind of a thing that jumps off the page for Edina, it's their power play. For as offensively skilled as they are, their power play just doesn't have a huge number. They are better than they normally are, but that's a great opportunity for Edina to cut the lead by 1.
They'll play it to the right side. Vorlicke loads it up. Shots blocked. Now it's going to be Malmquist behind the net. Puts on the brakes. Jungles back up for Vorlicke. Now the left side for Nevers. They'll go through everyone. Having to reach for that as Jungles gets it back with the quick feet. Jungles leaves it back up for Vorlicke. Walks to the left side. Nice job to flow by the Pioneers. They didn't chase. They flowed. Steered wide of the mark. They've got the big defenseman Boltman loaded up in front. He'll give this one to the left side for Nevers. His shot's deflected. I don't know if that was off the stick of Carr.
I think it was
Fleischacker. Fleischacker. Sorry, Fleischacker.
I don't think they really care as long as that threat has been thwarted, but ramped up and out of play. Nice busy stick by the Pioneers. Good puck movement by Edina, but still on the periphery. Haven't found a way to get inside, and Coach Kurt Giles puts Boltman up in front of the net to create a little havoc in there and maybe create a screen. So Edina's kind of got everything poised, but Hill Murray's just doing such a good job of defending so far. They're on the puck carrier in a hurry.
Vorlicke, left side now for Jungles. Down off the goal line they go. Vorlicke Jungles gets it back. Now it's Malmquist deflected, and that sent the length of the ice, 1:05 to go. This will be a big kill for the Pioneers. They'd love to take that 2-goal cushion into the intermission break. Vorlicke for Malmquist across the line. Ooh, the Pioneer bench incensed. Thought that was offside. I don't blame them. Malmquist shots wide of the mark. Cut off by Nevers, left side. Back door they go. There's a shot. Oh, that one misses the mark. Behind the net it went. Now it's going to be Nevers with it. He'll walk up high. Right dot. Shot. Wanted the top blocker. Instead, it goes off the netting. We see if we take that one outside.
Well, I think they might. Because I think Nevers just had the idea that Keppel was going to go down and giving away the upper part of the net. But he's such a big body that there's really not a large margin for error on that one. It just ramped up and out of play. But it was deflected, so the puck is going to stay in the Pioneer zone. Just 34 seconds left in the penalty to senior defenseman Ryan Peterson for the Pioneers. 40 seconds left in the first period.
Oberle goes glassing out and play to the high stick. So back into Edina territory we go with 35.7 showing on the period clock, 28 on the power play.
I think the Pioneers have the mindset to win this faceoff, and they can get a shot on goal and maybe get a scoring opportunity, but I think the mindset is in the final 35.7 is just keep Edina, keep that marker up the scoreboard. So both teams are going to finish very strong the last 36 seconds of this period.
Now it's Williams with it. Looks up the middle, off to the left wing side for Chorsky. He's going to be chased there by Quast. Back behind Chorsky, lips up to Bishop. Now Williams back for Bishop. Left circle, shot that's blocked. Delaney was there, knocked away from his stick. Williams tried to keep, couldn't. And that one goes back into Pioneer territory as they'll settle in and rip it down the ice. As the penalty expires, here comes Wall into the corner. He'll try to work his way away from Williams, who pins him up off the end boards, and that does it for the period. And a good one for the Pioneers, Bark. They strike twice.
Well, it's hard to argue with that. They're up 2-0 in Braemar Arena against the team that blanked them last night. So not only are they defending quite well, they have a modicum of consistency there, but they're putting the puck in the net with the benefit of a power play. But they killed off a penalty and did it pretty convincing. Edina had some zone time, but really a sound period by this Pioneer team. So Coach Lechner going to the locker room, I would assume, has to feel pretty good about the way this team played. Edina played a nice period. They just couldn't put the puck in the net, but things should open up in the second period, Pete.
We're going to hear from Annie Schilling from the Edina Community Foundation. She has some great stuff to talk about as we continue coverage of the Edina Hornets here at the MNHockey.tv, presented by Tradition Companies and Rope Swing. We'll be back with more right after this. We're between periods as Edina High School hockey continues. Happy to be joined by Annie Schilling, the Development Relations Director. Did I call you that? Is that fair?
Yeah, Development Relations.
Perfect, with the Edina Community Foundation. And we had you on during one of the Edina High School games, which was just awesome. And you've got some really good things going on. And one of the key things is that you're involved in small business, and you create all sorts of, let's say, dialogue and connecting of people.
Yes.
Can you kind of go into exactly what your foundation does? And it's been around forever.
It's been around since 1977. In that time, we've given away $3.3 million towards local Edina nonprofits, which is amazing. We're the oldest suburban community foundation around. Second oldest is Eden Prairie, and there's a couple others that are trying to get off the ground, but we've been around for quite a while. We've got a number of programs. The one you were talking about is called the Edina Dialogue. Mm-hmm. So we bring together different aspects of the community. We've worked with the Edina Chamber the last few years, bringing the CEO Roundtable, where we bring business people together. We have a conversation of things that are pertinent. The last one we did was ethics in business. So we had Paul Moody. He's the owner of Faribault Woolen Mills. He's on our board. We're really lucky to have him. And he talked about his ethics in historic preservation. Another one we did recently, we brought a panel of women veterans together. They ran the gamut from a World War II woman pilot.
Wow.
It was so cool, and she was telling her stories. I mean, I had no idea there were women pilots.
I didn't either.
She told a story that they would make the women pilots sort of be the practice for the male pilots to get planes in front of them in the crosshairs. So she's like, I would fly around all day long, and these men would be following me in their planes, pretending to shoot me. But it was astounding. So we had several World War II women veterans, Gulf War veterans, all the way up to currently serving the country, young women. Very impressive. And the community can come. It's a free event. Listen to that. So it's a great thing that we at the Edina Community Foundation do, bringing community together.
How do you market and get that word out? I mean, I know there's several tools that you can use, but I mean, to draw people, I mean, we're not talking about massive amounts of people, but to be able to get people with all those different variety of experiences, how do you do that?
Well, we have, because we've been around since 1977, we've got some deep roots. We know lots of people we can reach for deep into the community to create, first of all, the panel, but also to spread the words about attending these events. The mayor's on our board, Mayor Hovland, and he's great about being an ambassador. We use a lot of social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, Twitter, under the Edina Community Foundation. And then our website. You can always check in at our website. We've got a communications gal that's really great about keeping everything current.
So now you got the Connect card. We talked about that during the game, and I was fascinated. Let's kind of relive that.
So in 2013, we determined that there was a real need to bring other organizations together that have the same drive that we do to help under-resourced kids in the community. So we gathered a handful of other organizations, and we created a group called the Edina Challenge. So in that group, we tried to pinpoint and then tackle areas of need. And one of the things that we determined really quickly, actually, is that an area of need for under-resourced kids is extracurricular activities. So these kids are open enrolling or just in the Edina schools, and all their buddies are playing soccer and going to baseball, and they can't afford it. So we as a group negotiated with several area extracurricular activities providers, the Southdale YMCA, soccer, girls athletics, baseball, and we got them to agree to either do free or reduced fees for these kids. And then on top of that, the Edina Community Foundation has committed to doing youth scholarships for these kids for Parks and Recs, Edina Parks and Recs program. So if these kids are at home, mom and dad are both at work, trying to make ends meet all day long, and it's the summer and all their friends are at the pool, well, with the Connect card, they can get a pool pass.
That is awesome. So how does one go about getting one?
So it's a really easy application process. We make sure that the application process is simple and dignified, and that people that need to ask for help can do it in a very respectful way. So you just go to our website, edinacommunityfoundation.org. There's a form, you fill it out, boom, you've got a Connect card.
What about the Edina Challenge? What's that?
So the Edina Challenge is the group of organizations that come. We meet every other month. We just had a meeting yesterday, in fact, and we meet every other month, and this is the group that tries to find problems that under-resourced kids are coming up against and solving those issues.
And then finally you have the youth scholarship while we're kind of going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Very, very cool thing there.
It's really cool. The youth scholarships are those Park and Rec scholarships that I just mentioned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, I get that confused.
No, I know. It's all these like separate programs, but they all thread together, just like a good community.
The 4th of July parade is the one thing that you do that I think is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. So at the Edina Community Foundation, we like to say that we do 3 things. We serve, we strengthen, and we celebrate the community. And I'll tell you, there is no bigger celebration in Edina than that 4th of July parade.
Let's just go inside baseball here for a minute. Tell me, that's got to be an absolute beast to put together. I mean, it's a big deal.
It's a really big deal. We're talking 20,000 people lining the streets, putting their chairs out 2 nights ahead. Here's the good news. We have an incredible team of volunteers and chairs that head up this parade every year. There was a gentleman that did it for the last few years, Richard Olson. He was given an award as a volunteer extraordinaire in the community. We've got new chairs on the last couple of years, but they're killing it. And it comes together. It's amazing.
It is an amazing thing. You show up, you see it, but you don't realize what goes
months. We're, in fact, right at the beginning of the year. It's January 2019, and we are starting to plan. Things are rolling already.
Well, you can't. And the best part is when it's over, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's over. There's so much build up, and then when you run an event like that. How about let's wrap up with this. The bold new idea. I love this, and I think this needs to be spoken about a little bit more.
I couldn't agree more. This is a great one. So this year, in 2019, we're launching a new program. It's called Edina's Bold New Idea. So one of the things that the Edina Community Foundation does primarily is that we provide support and structure for area nonprofits. So let's say you want to start a charity where you're getting hockey sticks into under-resourced kids' hands. You need to raise money. You want to raise money. You want to make that happen. But in order to be a functioning nonprofit, you've got to have a board, you've got to have accountants, auditors, all these hoops to jump through to become a nonprofit. Or you can just become one of our community impact partners and you immediately get our 501c3 status. And instead of having to go through all the rigmarole, you are off and running, raising money. So our bold new idea is we are encouraging the community to come to us with new nonprofit ideas.
New.
Yes. New ones. Yes. How can you impact Edina for the better? Have you thought for many years that, we need a rabbit rescue here in Edina? You and your classmates, we're asking kids to come forward. You and your grandpa, we would love to see some intergenerational teams come forward. You and a great teacher. You can come to us, you give us your plan. We will take you on as our newest nonprofit, and here's the best part. The winner, this is a contest, the winner is going to get funded up to $5,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're asking for submissions. Send us your great ideas, send us your plan. We're going to drill it down to the top 3. On April 4th, we're going to have a reception. The top 3 are going to do a little presentation, and then there's going to be a vote, and you could be our newest community impact partner.
Here we are mid-January, and you rolled it out just
yes.
earlier this week, right?
Yep.
How has it been received so far?
Oh yes,
really?
Yes,
really?
Yep. We're starting to see things roll in. We had submissions the very first day we launched this, so we're starting to see some really great ideas.
I just say it's from the hockey game. Everybody heard it. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I think it was.
Maybe no, but that's good. So you're getting some traction.
Absolutely.
And then is there a cutoff line for that?
There is. The cutoff is March. Let me look at this. March 15th.
Oh, there's some time.
There's some time.
But why wait?
Yeah. Oh, why wait? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Get us your idea. We want to see them. We're super excited with everything that's coming in.
That is fantastic. Annie, how do we get a hold of you again?
Our website, edinacommunityfoundation.org. You can see a list of the staff. Emails are all there. Phone numbers there. Email, call us. We'd love to hear from you.
We got you.
Awesome.
All right, thank you. That's
Thank
Annie
you
Schilling.
so much.
Thank you. We'll be back with more hockey right after this. Welcome back to Braemar Arena, where the score reads the Pioneers of Hill Murray 2 and the Edina Hornets nothing. Will start this period 5-on-5. Thanks to Annie Schilling from the Edina Foundation. Love that nonprofit bit that they got going there. Taking up, she told me in that discussion we had that they've had a number of people jump in looking for that $5,000. I don't know if you call it scholarship, but I mean, so if you want to create a foundation for donating sticks to players that need them or whatever it would be or anything, you don't have to go through the 501c3 stuff. You can use them and just kind of dovetail right on through. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely good stuff. Say goal scorers in the first period. Joe Quast with his fourth, and Nick Mountain, sophomore, with his third. That's where we stand right now. Shots on goal. If you already brought this up, I apologize. But Hill Murray with 10, Edina with 8. Both, it's a big total for Hill Murray in Braemar.
Hornets were tardy for class.
And I don't think they were trying to make a point or anything.
Well, it's either they're tardy or their clock ran out in the locker room, and their state-of-the-art NHL-like clock.
Well, and Hill Murray very focused. They have their 5 out there ready to get started. Edina soon to be, so we're just moments away from the start of the second period. I think some of the keys again get back to Hill Murray playing a very sound first 3, 4, 5 minutes. Edina stay out of the box, but it's going to open up a little bit. I think we're going to get a little bit more offensive flavor to this one. So Keppel and Hogue are going to be a little bit busier, but very important, especially for Hill Murray, to get off the ice as soon as you can, get zone possession, and get at least your defenseman changed, because hard to defend against this Edina Hornet team with tired legs, and with the showing that the Pioneers, that pretty much mimics for the Edina Hornets as well.
My guy Earnhardt Jaworski says hello.
Right.
He said, "How's it going?"
We miss him.
Wiggs.
We miss him.
Don't forget about Matt Harrington, the director. Our very own John Sands is on location as well. He's editing highlight clips, and we're tweeting them to you in real time. So as these goals are coming through, follow us at MN Hockey TV. Retweet these things, and you never know. Your dreams could come true. You could be Mason Nevers and be play number 2 in the top 10 on SportsCenter sometime. From us.
People still ask about that one.
It's pinned up on the deal. Don't think I'm moving that down. Now it's going to be Boltman back in behind the net. Or I'd rather pushed to the left side by Quast. Boltman steps up in the play as it's knocked away from his stick by Ryan Peterson, and it's going to be off the glass by Wallen. Williams was there. Malmquist tried to play that one in deep, and they'll whistle that at center.
Yeah, that's a hand pass from Williams. He did a nice job early stopping the forward progress of that puck, and it wasn't Edina Malmquist that picked it up, so hence the whistle, and the face-off going to come all the way down into the Edina zone. But there was Hill Murray, left winger with some speed going, so it was a really nice play by Williams. One of those subtle things that don't show up in the box score, but can mean a whole bunch to your coach.
This one will make it the length of the ice for an icing call, and back into Edina territory we go.
Kind of plotting out of the gate so far, just 39 seconds in, and we've already had a couple whistles. But things are going to settle down a little bit. But really, every time there's a face-off in the Edina zone, and Edina pretty good in the face-off dot, but it gives Hill Murray an opportunity to possess the puck and put some pressure on Loudon Hogue.
Face-off played back in behind the corner.
I saw that. I can verify it, too.
What are you talking about?
About you being a chatty one in class.
You didn't need to bring that up, did you?
I did. I'll bring it up every chance I get.
My lovely lady posted something on my wall that said something. It said, what does this thing say? It's worth reading.
Just it can move me anywhere
Dear
in the
teacher,
class. I'm
I
going to
talk to everyone, so moving me to a new seat won't help.
All right. Boy, they should have put your picture up there.
At high school once, I had one whole report card. Literally, it was either absent or tardy,
right,
and said I had 2 of them. Excessive talker,
right,
on every line.
I'm sure the comments were
a lot of tardies.
Were full.
Took my sweet time. That's why I'm in broadcasting right now, making a nickel.
Right. That's why we both don't work for Medtronic, right?
Played back in behind the net. Well, let's leave that to Brad Wallen and Jim Domke, my good friend, the 5th Beatle, we call him. Up to the line it goes. Bill Lonergan, of course, a big part of that faction. Behind the net, my friend Andy Anderson. Just hellos to everybody out there.
Right.
Hurley to the corner. We're feeling good here at Braemar Arena tonight. It's a great evening. Nice crowd. The Pioneers traveled really well.
Yeah. In fact, they certainly did, and I think Bill Lechner's feeling pretty good tonight, too.
Well, he has to like the way his team's playing. They've got good tempo and pace. When you get into the trivia question from Joe Cagey, one of our loyal listeners, he asked when was the last Hill Murray victory over the Edina Hornets. There's a shot in on goal. That was Johnson up high on Keppel, who turns that aside with the blocker. Now Boris off the backhand, wanted to try to turn to a favorable shooting angle, couldn't get there. And back in the corner off the glass, Oberle mitted down there by Boltman, and now Wallen was there. Oberle, while he'll watch as Wallen comes back and gets it, plays it back in. It's a station-to-station game here. We're used to watching Bill Lechner's teams like to stretch that rink with the long passes from the defense, but this group tonight, the way they're playing is definitely get one line, get the next, get it deep, and go to work and take the Edina transition game away. They've been very effective.
Two very good teams in the neutral zone, both Edina and Hill Murray, and it's really congested in the neutral zone. Very hard to really get a proper lane or any open space. So both teams very responsible as far as congesting that area, because both teams can work off the rush, no question about it. But the more they're contested, the harder they're going to have to work. And I think one of the things in front of the Pioneers they're going to have to kind of keep in mind is don't. What I'm trying to say is Edina tends to wear you down as the game goes on, so they have to kind of pick their spots,
but
play with energy.
You're comparing them to the Skippers in Minnetonka. Now it's going to be Malmquist across the line from the backhand save. Keppel gets the pad over to the right side on Jungles. Back behind the net it goes. Jensen jammed on the play by Malmquist. From behind the net, Oberle outlets. Back over for Reifenberger. To center it goes. Nevers comes away with it, lifts it back up in the air as it drops down on the stick of Peterson behind the net. Accelerates the big frame, kisses that one off the glass. To center, it's going to be Boltman, deflected off the busy stick of Jensen. And now Reifenberger to the corner, watched by Williams, wraps him up behind the net. On the puck now, it's Mountain. That's off a Hornet player there. That's Jungles. Transitions ahead for Boltman. Had to reach back to grab it. Nice job to keep the momentum. But there's Keppel to make the save. Nice job there by the Hill Murray goaltender to slow it down. 13:26 to go in period number 2.
Well, in fact, Keppel's tracking the puck very, very well. Been very impressed with the play of Jake Boltman tonight. He's getting involved in the offense. He's skating with some speed, taking some chances, but a very athletic play to corral that puck up and get that shot off.
One-timer up high off the glass. Look out. Boy, the glass and the end boards have been trouble. We know they were for Alex Stalock and all the other goaltenders in the Beauty League earlier this summer. Ooh. That was hard off the boards, just missed the mark. Chorski to the corner as he's watched by Quast. That's Owen Quast with the check. Now it's going to be Delaney back up to the line. Vorlicki, ooh, nice little move from right to left as he dances to the circle, turns away. Vorlicki looks toward the goal mouth area. Rister off the stick of Delaney, up to the line. Reiner's back down for Delaney. He's checked. Nice job on the stick there by Carr. Now back over for Vorlicki. Ooh, spinorama. Where's Denis Savard when we need him? They got a penalty from the backside. It's going to be probably a hook, Bart Archer.
Well,
trip.
Hooker, holder, or trip. You can pick one or the other, but it's going to be Owen Quast, the sophomore forward. And it was Boltman that did a nice, or Vorlicki that did a really nice escape on that one. He's a tough one to contain. He's got a good side-to-side game and got a little quickness about him, so Edina gets an opportunity. 12:47 left in the second period, down by 2. Now on the power play offensive zone faceoff, so the challenge is in front of the Pioneers to pick up their teammate.
Wallen to draw in with Jungles. Wallen the clean win. They were going to ring it hard, but thinking better of that was Palatachuk. It's then sent out by Wallen. He's had himself a terrific hockey game, the senior.
It's got some speed.
We've been calling that name for years in the White Bear Lake, Hill Murray area. Maplewood. Back up to the line, Vorlicki. Rister scores! There's Boltman camping in front. That's what they want him to do. Vorlicki, a quick wrister, a missile. A nice job with the stick down by Boltman. It's 2-1 Pioneers.
Well, and for Boltman, that's his 4th goal. That one on the power play, but that's why you keep your stick very active in that area. But it was a nice job of Vorlicki walking in the middle of the ice. He saw a seam and let it go, and a nice little redirect by Boltman from Vorlicki. So Edina cuts the lead to 1, 12-22. Edina's got some energy. Now the challenge is in front of the Pioneers to match the Edina Hornet energy and try to get back to the game that they were so successful with in the first period. That's a big goal for Edina.
Face-off win by the Hornets across the line, rung in behind by Bishop. It's going to be Delaney try to throw that back toward the goal mouth area. Now Chorski jammed on the play by Wallen. Losing his stick is Delaney as he somehow positions himself on Wallen. They get up to the line. Bishop the wrister, that's blocked, and played back up to center by Joe Quast. Foot race for that, chopped at there. Penalty coming up by Johnson. There's a shot off the glass. Wow, the Hornets had momentum, and then they take a solid two-hander, Bart Archer.
Well, I think he thought he had to take that penalty. I'm not so sure, but when push comes to shove, he just had to make a decision. But it's a decision that benefits the Pioneers right after Edina scores and got some momentum. it's up to Edina to kind of keep that energy and just kill this penalty off, pick up their teammate. But kind of a trying moment for the Hornets, and really another golden chance for this Hill Murray Pioneer squad on the power play. Edina's got to quit going to the box, Pete Wagner.
Yeah, if you're the Hornet contingency, you have to look at this and say, you had momentum. You felt like the Pioneers were on their heels, and you had some uptick in your game. And now you're backpedaling and playing in the box, and stick penalties and things like that you can clearly avoid.
That's exactly it. It's like taking a pin to the balloon.
Confetti come out of that? Across the line they go with Pilata, Chuck? In this case, I don't think so. Keppel will watch this one off to his left.
Good hustle by
back
Morton.
In behind. Yep, Morton forced the goaltender to move it up the wall. Strobel was there checking Reifenberger. Strobel, rather, was there. Here's Strobel now from the right wing side. The junior. He's going to carry this one in, gain possession, set up the power play. That's off the stick of Tabacle. Sent right back in. Keppel will be forced to handle. And you know what? Malmquist forces a penalty, or a face-off rather, inside the Pioneer zone. The goaltender really not with much more he can do there.
Well, I thought that was a pretty quick whistle. I knew exactly what Keppel was trying to do. He's just trying to get Malmquist to commit and just slide the puck around him. But a quick whistle by the referee benefits the Edina Hornets. 1:09 left in the penalty to Gunnar Johnson of the Hornets.
Here they go out of the zone. It's Eischen. Watched by Boltman. Ooh, he gets a stick on him. Got away with that one. Back behind the net it goes. Quast is there. And when you start working the short list for state title contenders, one thing you need to do is stay out of the box, because everybody that goes, if you go 2, 3, 4 times, it's going to be 2, 3, or 4 goals. There's a shot that's worked in on Hogue that the Minnetonka Skippers are going to score, and I don't care what anybody says, the state title goes through Minnetonka at this stage of the game.
Yeah,
I
think they showed that today. But you're right. There's a handful of people, but you have to control your discipline, and that's an important ingredient to success at this level.
The Eden Prairie Eagles were the one team to do that, and they nearly had themselves an opportunity. There's a chance back door. No, that didn't get through. Collapsing on the play was Williams. They score! Joe Quast, his 4th of the season, and it's now 3-1. Make that 5th of the season. It's now 3-1, Hill Murray.
Well, you could just sense the forward push by this Pioneer team, and Edina couldn't get their stick on the puck, and it was just a lazy backhander up over Hogue. Now it's back to 3-1. Just 10 seconds left in the penalty to Johnson, so Edina just about dodged that bullet, but Hill Murray made him pay. Another goal on the power play. That's their second one of the evening, and for Quast, as we said, second goal, 5th of the season. Big goal for his Pioneer squad.
So at center ice, we're 5-on-5 as the penalty expires on the Hornets. 9:57 to go in the second period. Pioneers holding the 2-goal lead for the second time of the contest. Now it's Delaney. Steered out of there by Keppel. Kavanaugh brought down on the play. Now it's on the stick of Oberle. They turn it over, or check that was Shoemaker, rather. Now Delaney again lifts that up in the air. That was blocked and off the equipment of Tabacle. Sent right back in by Luke Reifenberger, the senior. Vorlicke is there, watched on the play, and he's going to play it up to the right wing side. They'll find.
Oh, nice pass.
A nice effort to pick that up and stride in the feet there by Delaney. All the way around. Nice play. Reiner's there. Vorlicke with the back pressure. Open wing. Foot race for this one. Peterson will come over away from Delaney. The big reach of Chorsky played it down. No hand pass on that one as the Pioneers handle. Oberle across the line. Up off the net. Glass, rather, it goes. Now it's going to be Vorlicke as he tries to muscle his way out of the zone as Jensen's watching him. Jensen back in behind the net. Gets some help now with Mountain, who has a goal here tonight. Big check thrown there and a penalty coming up. This will be on the Pioneers. And to the box goes Charlie Strobel.
Boy, and he got his money's worth on that one, but it looks like Delaney no rush to the wear, but he got his attention, I will say that. But again, now Edina on the power play faceoff all the way down into the Pioneer zone. Great chance for Edina to cut the lead once again and get the momentum back, but I really liked the way that Hill Murray responded after that second goal by Quast. The official scoring Quast is 5th from Wallen and Eischen at 6:58 on the power play. Now it's up to Edina on the power play to do some damage.
Rotate up high to Vorlicki. There's that patented wrister from the point. That's off the skate of Carr as he swung on it, got it to neutral.
Charging's the penalty.
Vorlicki finds Jungles. Vorlicki gets it back from Malmquist. Now Malmquist will take it over, up to Jungles. Malmquist fades to the corner, rolls it back up to the line, literally, and it's due to that tough hop there, handled by Vorlicki to center. It's funny how the ice can sometimes forsake you on a pass like that.
Absolutely.
Now it's Jungles with it. Nothing's perfect in this game, as we know. Malmquist behind the net, wedged on the play by Fleischacker. Nice job by him. Good position there. The sophomore gets it the length of the ice, and Vorlicki better hurry because here comes Wallen. Wallen makes things uncomfortable. That is how you forecheck on a PK, friends. And look at that. He gets right back into play. Oh, wow. For you young kids at home to use that overused phrase. Up to the right wing side, it's Malmquist behind the net.
Well, you can't fake effort, that's for sure.
Well, that's just a tip of the cap to my guy Stoney, yeah. Steve Stone.
Yeah.
Remember that? He used to throw that out there. 7.5 to go in the period, 45 in the power play for Edina. So far, a great PK working on this one for the Pioneers. Up the right wing side, now it's going to be Nevers. Try to open up and make some room. That hit Jungles on the way in and up and off the netting.
Well, that might have been off the stick of Overly as well, but that one, Nevers did a nice job walking around and get some space, but the puck just ramped up and out of play. It was, I believe, off a defender for Pioneers, so face-off still in the zone. 33 seconds left in the penalty to Strobel, but as you said, a pretty good kill so far. They're doing a great job of protecting the middle of the ice.
Right wing side, there's Williams. Off the crossbar, he fires that one in and rang the dinner bell. Up off the netting it goes, 27 in the man advantage.
Well, I think it was Chorsky that did the little flyby on that one. It was a pretty good shot from the point by Williams. I'm not sure Keppel saw that one, so very fortunate play for the Pioneers. Just 27 seconds left now. But Edina's got their attention now.
Indeed they do. Now it's Delaney. Up for Williams, back for Delaney. One-timer, stick save. Nice job by Keppel to get over there off the bomb that came in from Bishop.
And I like where he put the rebound, too.
Chorsky battles with Wallen, a little assistance. God, there's some big frames right there for the Hornets. Bishop and Chorsky. Like a basketball front court.
Well, and it's not like Shoemaker's a small man either. He's a pretty big boy as well.
Pioneers are at full strength. And now it's going to be Williams pushed back in behind the net. And look at that.
Well, that one dancing him a little bit. He had pretty good possession. I think he might have taken his eye off the puck, but at least he lost it in front of Loudon Hogue. So now we're back to 5-on-5 offensive zone faceoff for this Pioneers team. Not a great power play by Edina, but they move the puck with some efficiency and they put some pressure on. But Hill-Murray doing a really good job of keeping everything on the periphery. If you can protect the middle of the ice and keep them outside from between the hash marks, you're doing some pretty good things.
Can't say enough about how nice of a crowd we have here at Braemar Arena.
Absolutely.
It's a good one. How about coming up on Thursday? We'll be at Minnetonka. Exclusively here on the TV. Edina and the Skippers. We're not messing around.
Well, that's the last loss the Skippers actually took was last year, I believe, in February to this Edina Hornet squad, so that promises to be a great game.
Speaking of which, Earnhardt Jaworski, correct. It was 2017. Pioneers beat Edina 2-1 right here on this ice surface. From the right wing side, there's a shot that's blocked. That's off Wallen. Picked up and played off the boards by Palatichuk. Now it's going to be sent back in by the Hornets. That was Rugemer. Now it's controlled by Fleischacker as he's jammed on the play.
Oh, he felt that one too.
Yep, every bit of it.
He's not getting up. They got to call a whistle.
Did he take that off the shoulder,
I think it was a shoulder. It was a good clean check by Colby. Colby's not afraid to throw his frame around. It was a legal clean check, but I think it just kind of something kind of gave in his shoulder. We hope, obviously, that this young man is okay. And Matthew Fleischacker, just a sophomore defenseman, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. So he's offensively relevant on this team. We just hope he gets back and able to continue to provide a strong play.
Oh, he went head first in the wall, Bart Archer. That, according to our very own Matt Harrington. So Fleischacker, Matthew, believe he was up on his feet there. Yeah, it's not good.
Well, we just hope it was a bit of a stinger or something to that fashion so he can certainly come back and join his
I'm sure he's going to go
mates.
through the concussion protocol if he went head first, Bart. He's going to have to.
Okay.
Steve Cheetah has him. It's nothing to mess with here.
No. Safety first.
Let's see if he takes him to the back. Yeah, he's just going to walk him all the way down underneath there and give it a look.
Well, always better to be on the safe side, so we hope good things.
Yeah, well, good to see him walking off under his own power.
Yes, sir.
Now it's Reiners out front, batted down. Kavanaugh looks in front. Borst was there. Ooh, fish out of water there. Rolling around was Keppel.
Yeah.
Dominic Hasek played a visit. Reiners. Morton now for Borst. Cross the line. Gets it from Kavanaugh. Nice job by the sophomore Borst. Along the line, there he is again. That one didn't get through. Reiners, the wrister, blocked. Ooh, nice job up front by Mountain to make the read there on that incoming shot. There's a redirect from the stick of Kavanaugh off the shot from Vorlicki. That rolls up off the stick of Mountain. In the neutral zone it goes. And now the Pioneers forced to touch up. Vorlicki was there. Look out. Now it's going to be Overman to guide this one back in behind. Right wing side for Borst across the line. A couple of 19s. Jostle with Oberle to play the body there. Peterson takes over back in behind the net. He'll ring the boards up to the left wing side. Now on it. That's Joe Quast. Cross the line. Pioneers control. Wallen shots deflected away. Nevers with a perfect carom to walk right into. Leaves it up to Jungles on the left wing side. Couldn't handle and kicks it in behind. Helped along by Peterson. Now it's going to be Malmquist turning over on the play to Oberle. Wallen with it. His shot's blocked off the leg and skates there of Williams. To the corner it goes. Wallen cycles back in behind the net for Eischen. He stood up on the play. They'll try to chip this one up the boards. Waiting for it is Malmquist. Ahead he goes, and here comes Nevers. He has a man on the left wing, and Jungles! Oh, what a save! And a penalty coming up. It gets ugly back behind the net. You might want to settle that one down if you're the Hornets. You got the power play coming up.
Well, and it's Oberle that took a checking from behind Major last night, kind of a little bit overzealous after the whistle on that one. He's not going to be the one to get the penalty. It's going to be Eischen that's going to go, but nice sequence by Edina gaining the zone. It was Nevers that came in, saw Jungles on the weak side, feathered a pass over, and he tried to pull the goaltender to one side, go far side, and go 5-hole on that one. But nice job by Keppel to limit that opportunity. But Hill Murray did take a penalty. So it is going to be Eischen in the box. Edina on a power play, 3:53 left in the second period. Edina down by 2, but getting a great chance to cut the lead to 1 on the power play.
Oftentimes, players in that position of Jungles are going to pull it to the backhand as they're coming across the front. And, you know, as goaltenders, you know that's where they're going, but sometimes you just still can't catch up. And it's a tough play to make. And got to give Keppel a lot of credit for staying patient and getting the pads down on that one.
No, and he looked very calm doing it too. But Edina, those are the two players, two of many players, but that you want in that situation. They handled it accordingly and really put some good pressure on. You just want to force the goaltender to make a good save, and that's exactly what he did. Face off to his right.
Our own Matt Harrington calling that a ticky-tack. He is from St. Paul.
We still like him.
Cretin Durham Hall Raider that he is. Up to the line now, Vorlicki, wrister. That one doesn't get through. He has spent more time this winter on the west side, and it's driving him crazy. But he's doing well.
Yeah.
Nevers with it. He's becoming one of us.
And we don't mind him.
He's one of us. Vorlicki down for Malmquist, back over for Jungles. Jungles surveys the scene. Now up for Vorlicki, back over for Jungles. Yeah, Pioneers are getting in on the, they've got a book on the Hornet power play, and they're cutting down the shooting lanes immediately. They know where they like to work it, and it's definitely having an impact. It's been good.
You are absolutely correct, but it was a good shot by Vorlicki. It actually had eyes, but it was a save where Keppel turned his glove over and caught it by his ear, so pretty athletic by the goaltender. Nice shot by Vorlicki. Had some eyes, found his way to the net.
Face-off win by Wallen, jammed up the boards there by Mountain, held in by Vorlicki. He walks to the right dot. Stick was right taken out there. Malmquist shot buzzes wide of the mark. Nevers waits for the carom. He's going to be bothered there on the play by Joe Quast. Back up to the line they go. Vorlicki, Jungles rolls his stick as Jungles will try to gather it in. He's watched on the play there by Oberle. Jungles now looks low but goes high. It's going to be Vorlicki to the left side for Nevers. Back up high for Vorlicki. Doesn't like the angle there. They go through. They're just missing the mark. They're a little half step off here, Bart, on the feeds. They got to use wheels and skates and things to gather it in. Now Jungles with it. Back up for Vorlicki. Back over for Nevers. Jungles. Oh, and a blocker pad save. Old school.
Boy, he was aggressive.
Dominic Hasek is in the house.
He came right after that shot,
word.
too. Edina got the shot. They got Jungles from the left side, but nice save by Keppel again.
Pick at the line there by Jungles. Got away with it. Nevers tries to go behind the back. That's away from Chorsky. Sent back around the boards. There by Peterson. 12 to go in the power play. 2:03 in the period. One-timer into the midsection by Keppel. He's playing unconscious here tonight.
No,
Very good.
He's definitely brought his A game. Just 8 seconds left on the penalty to Eischen, but Edina working the puck now. They're getting, the shots where they want to get them. They're contested, but as you said, Pete, the passes are missing a little bit. They haven't found that rhythm that they normally find, but that's because the Hill Murray defenders are on them in a hurry, and they're cutting off the passing. It's really making Edina work, but the more Edina can move their feet, the harder they're going to be to defend, but just 8 seconds left. But there's another penalty to Hill Murray, and that's going to be Brett Overly at 2 minutes. So it's 5-on-3 for 8 seconds, barring another penalty. But what a golden opportunity for Edina if they can win this face-off.
And for the duration of the period. You know, it's if you're the Hornets, possession here is important.
Oh, yeah.
And you can go to work. It's, if you're the Pioneers, it's not what you want. Delaney, wrister, scores! Oh, my word. And guess what? There were still 2 seconds on the clock. He couldn't have written it up better for Kurt Giles Hornets as they trail 3-2 here in the second period.
Well, and for Delaney, that's his first power play goal, which is a little unusual. That's his 13th goal of the year in all.
I think that might have been Shoemaker's goal, Bart.
Okay, we'll call it Shoemaker. We'll wait for the official scoring. I don't think Edina cares. It looks like with the celebration it was Shoemaker, and that's his 4th goal of the season. What a big goal it was, but Edina's got a little energy now. 1:55 left in the penalty to Overly, so they still got some opportunity. Hill Murray's got some work to do. 1:55 left in the period, 1:55 left in the penalty.
Face-off win by the Hornets. Vorlicki backpedals, draws in some traffic, plays it ahead. The power play and the clock match with 1:45. Down at the line now, it's going to be Vorlicki, holds it, looks for Malmquist. Vorlicki leaves for Malmquist. Back up for Jungles. Jungles leaves to the left wing side for Nevers. Back up for Vorlicki. Now Nevers with it. Lays it over to Jungles to the right wing side. Jungles back up for Vorlicki. There's a one-timer that's turned aside by Keppel. It's going to be Malmquist with it. Back up for Jungles. Malmquist with it now again. Now Vorlicki. Jungles, shot and a save. Nice job. Beautiful rotation by the Hornets. They work it from low to high to low. But Keppel not phased.
No, he's not, and his team is back on their heels just a little bit, and understandably so, killing off the penalties against Edina. But he did a nice job. They actually had Jungles down low, turned and fired on Keppel. Puck rolled up on him, but a nice presence of mind to corral that puck. Just 1:12 left in both the penalty and the period.
Edina with the win. Nice job for Boltman to come through to get that one. Vorlicki, the swig of the miss. Again, Miguel Sano preparing for the upcoming season. Back into the corner. It's relentless here at the MNHockey.tv. Can't take it. Now they're going to bring Nelson Cruz in to try to help him. Okay, goody. Well, now it's Malmquist from the corner.
At least they're trying, I guess.
Falveen, of course, we're talking about. Now it's going to be Nevers' shot that's blocked. All right, check that. Vorlicki's shot that was blocked. Now Malmquist holds it, lays it to the corner. 35 to go in the period. Jungles comes away with it. Now Malmquist. Down the right corner he goes. Ooh, wanted a backdoor feed looking for Nevers. Vorlicki comes back away with it for Nevers. Back up for Vorlicki. Lets a shot go. Block. Nice job there by Mountain. Now it's going to be Jungles with it. Dances out of the corner. Blocker pad save Keppel. 12 to go in the period. Nice job by Nevers. Back up for Vorlicki. 8 to go. Wrister. Shot and a save by Keppel. What an effort there by the Pioneer goaltender. Made a ton of point-blank saves from the pads to the stick to the blocker, the gloves, you name it. He's been really terrific here on these penalty kills for his hockey club.
Well, when his team wavers, that's what good goaltenders can do. They can keep you buoyant, so to speak. He made a number of really good saves on that one. It's 3-2. Hill Murray still with an advantage going into the period break, but Edina's showing some energy and really starting to move the puck the way that we're familiar with. But this third period is going to be exciting as ever. So we'll be back with more.
We will not be back with more. We'll be back with more in a bit.
More in a bit.
Well, we're not quite ready to go yet, Bart Archer.
We're
having issues with our rolls here right now.
Let's do a quick summary of the scoring.
Thank you.
In the second period, it was Boltman that opened the scoring in the second period from Borlicki, cut the lead 2-1. Then it was Joe Quast with his second goal of the season, or second goal of the game, fifth of the season from Wallen and Nischen at 6:58. Edina answered back 5-on-3. It was Shoemaker with his fourth from Delaney and Bishop at the 12:50 mark. I thought it was Delaney that got that. And the point that I was trying to make is he has 12 goals on the season. He has one shorty, but no power play goals. So 11 of those goals have come at 5-on-5. I think that's an impressive number for the Edina forward.
Indeed it is. Edina cuts the deficit from 2 after 1 to 1 after 2, and the power play has been very good to them. That respond though of that power play goal by the Pioneers, really a big deal there, and well done indeed. We're going to take a quick timeout now, Bart Archer. We're ready for that now.
I was waiting for your cue.
I don't like a lot of dead air.
No,
as
I don't
you can tell.
blame
Okay. We'll be back with more. Once again, high school hockey presented by Tradition Companies. Check them out at traditionco.com. Hockey continues right here on mnhockey.tv, along with Chad Schumacher. He's the owner of Tradition Wealth Management. I'm Pete Wagner, between periods. And Chad, I always enjoy these chats because you've got one heck of a juggernaut working here at Tradition Wealth Management. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Let's talk a little bit about who is Tradition Wealth Management, what you guys do, and give me a little bit of a history lesson on how all this started for you.
Great, thanks, Pete. Yeah, we've been around since 2003. One of my best friends who was in the business, Jake Annebeck, they own Tradition Companies. We played against each other. We were in high school. They were looking to branch out and get another avenue company going, and we got together, and Tradition Wealth Management's been here since 2003.
It's amazing. You guys locked horns in high school, and you still are, aren't you? With the little Lakeville South, Lakeville North action.
Correct, yeah. There is only one part of Lakeville, right? So.
Sorry. I just say who's winning the battle. I guess I don't need to go there.
Yeah,
so as far as your office is concerned, is there future growth? I mean, how many employees do you have, and where are you guys located?
Yeah, right now we have offices here in Edina, Woodbury, downtown St. Paul, and we recently opened up North Oaks, and Wayzata will be opening up in February. So we have 20 people now. We're probably going to go to 25 to maybe 30 over the next 5 years.
Look at you going to Wayzata Street, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
Wow, very impressive. The cash center of the West Metro. What makes Tradition Wealth Management unique, Chad?
Well, I'd say certainly our people. I mean, I got the best staff. Everybody says that, but everybody's been here, for almost 20 years. It's, being specialized in there. We really specialize that each different person has their own plan, and everybody goes through a plan. So we try to separate it. We've kind of created a private family office for people that don't need a private family office and take care of all public securities. Most of our clients have been here, 10 plus years, if not, since we've been in the business. So we feel very fortunate. And now we recently opened up our sports management division for some of the athletes that we're working for. And so, we really want to make sure we can help all those people stay on the right path as well.
So as far as the type of personnel that you have here, you touched on that a little bit earlier there. What makes them unique? What do you look for in the people that you bring in here?
Well, obviously they're going to have a passion. We don't want it just to be just a job. People pay us a lot of money to make sure that their money's in good hands, that the service is impeccable, that we do nothing but have a positive attention to their accounts. We realize we're going to have ups and downs all the time, but as long as we stay consistent, we're going to tend to keep people for a long time at our firm.
Yeah, I think you guys have a unique way of reaching out. One of the things Scott Boyning said from the bank side of things, it's really big time word of mouth. And if you take care of your people, that's what happens. I'm sure that's part of what your strategy too as well. But what else have you guys done? Can you talk on your network a little bit and how you've built that out?
Yeah, well, over the years, obviously it's a small community. Whether it's hockey or a lot of people know everybody in there. You can have a reputation for 25 years and lose it in one day. So you always got to be on top of your game. We practice what we preach. We're in the community all the time. I'm on the board of Hope Kids, which is a local charity for kids who have life-threatening illnesses. We have Tradition Pass It On. We're always out there trying to help give back.
And by giving back, so many people have benefited from that. And, I know it's from those exercises that not only myself, but others are now aware of your great company.
Yeah, no, it's been very fortunate. We're blessed to have good people not only here at Tradition Wealth Management, but all the other brands that are out there. So, a lot of the networking is just done intercompanies with our clients, and they know that they're going to get top-notch attention. And so, naturally, it's a good fit for them to be introduced to us. And it's been a very blessed place to work.
So you have a lot of growth that's going on. You're obviously opening another office out in Wayzata. How much have you seen your world here grow as far as maybe the past year or so? As obviously things are humming along pretty well. How have you guys been impacted that way?
Yeah, we're having a record year as far as the people that we're working with. There's a lot of volatility in the market. There's a lot of people selling companies. There's a lot of money in motion. So we have various things that we run into all the time. There's always enough to stay busy. And we're trying to get to $1 billion here in the next couple of years. So we have a little bit ways to go here in the next couple of years, but with I think some of these new places that we're opening up, there's plenty of people that we can help, and I know that a lot of people need the help.
Finally, how do I get a hold of you at Tradition Wealth Management?
You can call our main office line, which is 952-563-6500, and they can get a hold of you. Our website is www.traditionwealth.com, and my individual email address is chads@traditionwealth.com.
I have to say that through personal experience, this is a great organization to work with. It's very personalized. It's worth it. Give it a call. Why not? You're already on the air with us during the hockey games. Make it even better. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Pete. Appreciate it.
Once again, it's Chad Schumacher. He's the owner of Tradition Wealth Management. We'll have more action coming up for you right after this. Securities offered through Pro Equities, Inc., a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Tradition Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Tradition Wealth Management, LLC is independent of Pro Equities, Inc.
Felt like you didn't have time to work out? Do you have a hard time believing you could really get in shape, lose weight, or stick with exercise? As a busy person, does it all just sound too complicated? We've worked with thousands of people who've had those same concerns. People who have a real desire to take care of their bodies, but have trouble moving from intentions to real results. Based on 20 years of development and cutting-edge science, we have created a breakthrough and totally data-driven exercise program that can fit into anyone's schedule. It's all about quality over quantity. In just 20 minutes twice a week with one of our certified coaches, you can finally enjoy strength and experience success. Most traditional workouts fail to deliver the results people desire because they aren't designed with individuals in mind. Our Smart 20 workout measures your unique makeup, and our trainers are there to make sure you get a workout that's designed perfectly for you. Never before has there been a combination of strength and conditioning put together in such a safe and efficient manner that's totally accessible to everyone regardless of their current fitness level. Thousands of people have seen the results and shared their stories, but don't just take our word for it. Don't take the word of our thousands of success stories. Come in and try it for yourself. We believe so passionately in how we can help you that we are offering you the chance to get a free trial of our Smart 20 training sessions with one of our knowledgeable coaches. There is absolutely no commitment on your end. Plus, we'll answer all of your questions about how to meet your health, weight loss, and fitness objectives. What have you got to lose? Come in for your free personal Smart 20 sessions. Register for your free sessions by signing up at exercisecoach.com.
We welcome you back to Braemar Arena. Getting ready to start period number 3 with the Hornets and the Pioneers. Hill Murray holding the 3-2 lead here on Hockey Day, Minnesota. Always a special day. And I have to say, this is the coldest this rink has felt, meaning we should have a very quick sheet here for the third period, which is great.
Yeah, we're not at the Edinburgh Community Center, that's for sure. But you're right, there is a chill in the air. But again, it has been a pretty fast pace. It just hasn't been very methodical. Not a lot of open ice out there. But, Hill Murray's done a good job of putting their sticks on the pucks. Really kind of frustrating Edina. They're getting on them in a hurry. And Edina just hasn't really found that flow, except for maybe intermittently. But I think the story so far is Remington Keppel in goal for the Pioneers. Edina had 18 shots on goal that period, and he had 16 saves. So he turned in a pretty formidable showing in that period, and he was challenged quite a bit. But 17 minutes to go, Edina down by 1. They're coming out with some motivation up to Hill Murray to withstand the initial onward thrust by this Hornet team.
Be sure to follow us at MN Hockey TV on Twitter. Our very own John Sands is standing by. He's ill, and he's in the friendly confines of his home, highlight clipping this right now. He's a baller. We're just going to leave it at that.
Johnny, good. Hope you feel better, John.
Will Vanderbilt operating the camera. Director here of this production is Matty Ice, Matt Harrington. Got some great NFC, AFC action tomorrow. I can't wait. Yeah. I'm shutting it. The phone's being turned off.
It should be a fun game tomorrow.
Who do you like?
It's hard to bet against New England. I'm sorry. Every time I think they're written off, they always come back, and it's their time of year.
Really
I like the Saints in New England.
You like the Aints?
Aints.
The Aints and the Pats. I mean, any one of those 4 teams could win, any combination thereof, and it'd be really good, I would think.
No, it should be pretty fun from this point forward. It's nice to have actually some teams that play a lot of offense that are making it through, so maybe we can get a pretty exciting day tomorrow and an exciting Super Bowl as well.
Don't rule out Patty Mahomes Jr.
No, he's cool.
Back off the side of the net. Williams with it. Now it's going to be Peterson, right wing, Eischen, and Williams. Nevers comes away with it. Nice little move to the right away from Mountain on the tape for Jungles. They move that puck together so well. Those two. Got Malmquist reunited on their right side now. For a while he was up with Chorsky and Delaney. Now it's going to be Chorsky, Delaney, and Shoemaker. Now it's Delaney. Here he comes down low. Nice defensive play to break that one up.
Played it perfectly.
Shoemaker looks back out front. Puck rolls to the low slot. Delaney races to the corner. There's first, though, is Peterson to play up to the boards. Reiners is there. Fandon. Ooh, that took a weird carom. Peterson comes away with it. That was actually Oberle that was out there off the corner. Excuse us, but we're 250 feet away from that far corner, the corner to your right on the screen.
Yeah, and I'm not getting any younger either, but it was Delaney. They kind of fanned on the clear, and Delaney thought that he cleared it, and the puck was right under his skates. Might have been a good chance for him, but you can't blame him for that. It was just a misplay by Pioneers in the zone, no harm. 15:26 left in this third period. Hill Murray holding on to a 1-goal advantage.
Good to see my guy Neil Johnson is here from the Edina Hockey Association board and Twin Cities Orthopedics. Give them a little bit of a plug there. What's it going to take for me to get them into these broadcasts? I guess I haven't worked it enough.
Yeah. Pete's on the campaign trail.
Oh, of course. Real good at what he does. He's been doing it for a long time. He's got a great group there, of course. Puck is Larry Vorlicki, of course, father of Mike Vorlicki, who's a terrific hockey player here.
Absolutely. Fun to watch, too.
Into the neutral zone it goes. Larry was a tough, hard-nosed player back in the day. I don't know. Did you know that?
No, I didn't, but his son plays a pretty rigid game, too.
Well, if his son were a 5, Larry would be a 10. I'm not quite saying Shane Churla-like.
Yeah.
Kelly Chase, but...
Yeah, Darren Kimball. Timmy Hunter.
Oh.
Boy,
remember that? What a dark time that was.
Oh, it was a great time.
I'm not saying it wasn't.
Fabulous.
But it was just dark.
I miss it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Some of those games would go 3.5 hours.
Now that part I don't miss. I don't miss.
Remember Al Secord?
Yeah.
Remember what he would do in a fight? Google him, YouTube him.
Okay.
He'd get into a fight. There'd be no punches. He'd lay on the ground and he'd sit there and hold you, and he'd wrap his legs around you, and not let you up. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
That is a little different.
C-Cord. That's why we used to say C-Cord sucks, correct?
Yes.
And
We had fun saying it,
he
too.
had 50 goals one year, too, I think.
We said it with enthusiasm.
Boltman now finds Nevers. They'll say hand pass because Nevers had it in the neutral zone, I believe.
Well, they're putting it outside the zone. I think Mason thought it was going to be in the Edina zone, but it is going to be in the Edina zone. It
He
looked
knew
like
where to go.
Okay, well, it looked like the ref was pointing at the dot, so I got confused. That happens more often than it should, I suppose. We'll work through it.
Oh, look at this. Minnesota Wild up 2-0 late in the first. That's been rare of late.
Curious
Center
to see who
ice
got
play.
the goals.
Somebody you don't know because they're cleaning house.
Yeah.
Back in behind the net. Got a big grin on my face right now.
I know.
Here they come with Fleischacker.
I can see the wheels turning, Pete.
Oh, the about damn time is coming out of my mouth. Wide of the mark.
Well, that's a pretty good shot by Overly, really. He got a good quick release on that one, and it was in on Haug just inside the short side bar, but he put his glove out there. He made it look easy, but it was a pretty tough save. 14:04 left in the third period. Been kind of plotting. I thought it'd have a little bit more flow than this, but not a lot of room to navigate out there.
By the way, Parisi and Greenway with the goals.
Okay, cool.
Right wing side, sent in behind the net. Chorsky's going to get there. Delaney in to help out. It looks like in the start of this period, Edina's just been ripping two lines out there right now.
Well, they have to kind of put more pressure with some consistency. It just seems like they can't really get that flow where they get the continuity from line to line with energy.
Shoemaker was there. Now here come the Pioneers. Nice stick there by Mountain. Stayed strong on it. The sophomore through the slot area. You know, if I'm the Pioneers, I'm a young team, and I like how I'm working this senior-laden Edina team. Man, do they have a lot to look forward to here at Hill Murray High School.
This Pioneer team can skate.
Delaney back in behind the net. Towed the line there. Now they're going to play this one up to the line and held in. Nope, not by Vorlicke. He tried, and they're going to step back onside. In goes Kavanaugh. Third line out for what looks to be their first shift of the period. Now it's Hurley with it. Williams steps up on that one. They'll slide over to the right wing side. That's up and out of play. Look out. That almost hit a couple of little kids there.
Well, it didn't, which is the important part, but she gets to go and get herself a souvenir. But 12:47 left in this third period. Edina looks like they're really kind of, they're showing some energy, but Hill Murray is just they're in the right spots at the right time, and Edina just can't get that forward thrust that we're so used to seeing, Pete.
They're matching it as far as the energy levels, and they're getting to the passing lanes part, and the Hornets just don't have much time. They don't have the space.
And they're winning some battles to lose pucks as well.
Colby with a nice job to win up the left wing side. He waltzes down to the corner, misses the mark. Now Boltman checked on the play. Nice job by Reifenberger. Out of the corner. Handled back by Palatichuk. Plays it to the right side for Fleischacker, who passed the protocol. Obviously, he's fine. That with
it's good to see him back.
Steve Cheetah off the end boards. Tabacol with it. Watched by Williams. Ooh, be careful there. You don't want to get that interference call. Now Vorlicke. Long pass to center. Off the stick of Morton. Now it's going to be across the line. Quick shot wide of the mark by Oberle. Up to the line. Malmquist was there. Shoveled into the corner. Pioneers will try to make something happen with it with Eischen. Roughed up by Vorlicke at the line. Played back from Malmquist over for Morton. And it's going to be bumped off the boards back into Edina territory. Vorlicke, Reiners. Now it's going to be Nevers. Stop, neat play in the neutral and sent right back in by the Pioneers. 11:17 to go in the period. Behind the net, Vorlicke is bothered by Eischen. Stays on it. Tries to work his way through. Look out, here comes Wallen, but ahead it goes to Malmquist. Nice feed by Vorlicke. Malmquist with it to the slot. That deflects up high in the air and back into the neutral zone. Gathered up by Reiners. He'll wrist it right back in behind. Keppel cuts it off. It's going to be Oberle to take over. Off the stick of Nevers. Nice read there. The baseball skills employed. That one over the top of the net by Jungles. Reiners now. Back off the stick of Malmquist. Gets it back. Nice feed. Pad save. Keppel turned right into the corner. Beautiful save there by the Pioneer goaltender. Club likes it as they tap the bench. Whole team sitting right now as they always do. Pioneers resting and discipline. And that's Bill Lechner's been around. He's his team. Now Malmquist tries to play that one through. And up the left wing side they go. Boltman jumps out as Reiners hits the bench. Back in behind the net. It's going to be Mountain, who's jammed on the play by Boltman from the right point. That's taken away and sent in by Strobel wide of the mark. Edina's Williams will regroup in his own zone. He better hurry because Strobel's forced the situation. At center, it's cut off by Fleischacker. Picked up by Williams to the right wing side for Malmquist. Loses the handle there as the Pioneers shut that one down. Jensen with it now. Plays it for Strobel. Couldn't handle it with the stick. No ice on the play. Back behind the net, it's going to be Boltman. 9:44 to go. Been really nonstop action for some time here. Off the stick of Kavanaugh. He has Delaney to the left wing side on the tape across the line. Delaney's wrist shot misses the mark on Keppel. Chorsky comes away with it, guides it back in behind the net. Fleischacker comes away with it. Delaney watching him. Oh, there's a big check there off the boards from the right wing side. From the line, stick save again. Keppel turning him into the corner with authority. Now it's Chorsky with it. He's watched by Hurley to the corner, and it's the Pioneers that persevere and play it to center. Boltman comes up high with the mitts. The coaching staff wanted the elbow. I don't blame him. Long pass from Johnson, deflected in by Chorsky, back in behind. Under 9 minutes now at 8:58 to go. The Pioneers now will control as they look back up through center. Puck bounces away from the intended receiver in Nick Mountain. Now it's going to be Bishop, checked by Mountain. In front they look. Colby was there. Now it's going to be Wallen. Better watch the stick there for Bishop. Now it's going to be controlled back in behind. In front, blocked again by Johnson. Nice play there. Tabacol with it, shot in on goal, and a quick whistle as they continue to gather it up there in front of the net.
Boy, and Wallen and Johnson are kind of exchanging some pleasantries, but kind of a trying moment for this Edina Hornet team. But it was, I believe it was Riefenberger that got kind of double teamed. It was Boltman and somebody else. I think he just contorted weird over the Edina bench, but we'll hopefully see his return quite quickly. But really a good sequence for this Hill Murray team. They turned the play back up against Edina and really put some pressure on Hogue. Fortunately, the puck stayed out of the net. Hill Murray wins. Reiners to Borlicki. To Nevers. Gains his zone. Malmquist, just misses Jungles. Borlicki challenge on that one.
All right, Bart, I'm going to have to fill in momentarily for Pete while we get everything squared away with our video feed.
Please do.
So we apologize for that. Again, score 3-2 right now. 8 minutes to go in the third period. Of course, Hill Murray still on top. Hornets come through center ice. Borlicki along the boards now in that right corner. Hornets still trying to dig after this one behind the Hill Murray net.
Well, Matt, it seems like Edina's forecheck is getting a little more effective as this game goes on, but Hill Murray's been very good about getting out of the zone, but Edina doing a good job of taking the proper angles.
Chance now for the Hornets. Nice pass over in front of the net, but diffused by that Pioneer defense as they look to work this one out now through center ice. Into the line, across the line, they come. Jared Jensen in the corner there gets that pass off. Strobel now with it for the Pioneers on the left side. Strobel's shot may have been blocked in front by a teammate. So the Pioneers will continue to work here in the corner. Attempted clearing attempt, didn't get out there for the Hornets, so it's stuck here in their own end. Good physical play by Jensen there in the corner. Now the Hornets clear, and this will be an icing with 6:53 to go in period number 3. Still a 3-2 lead, Bart, for the Hill Murray Pioneers.
Indeed it was, and the Pioneers look unflappable. Nice job of really containing the Hornets. When the Hornets' primary line ices the puck, you know you're doing something right, but just Edina's, he just can't get a handle on the puck and getting any rhythm out of their zone. So great job by the Pioneers to really kind of limit the Edina forward progress, forcing that icing.
Goodness gracious. Thanks to Janae Hedges. Sent me a little bit of a text there and said it's frozen, and we're cordless. New technology. We've ripped off about 150 games in on goal. There's a stop made by Hogue.
And P. Wagner found a phone booth, changed his clothes, and went and took care of business.
Fully winded.
That was a good hustle, Pete.
Face-off controlled by Edina as they're going to play this one back up to the right wing side. Shoemaker with it. Looks to the left wing side for Delaney. He'll be watched on the play by Fleischacker. 6:30 to go. Edina's really had the flow and the scoring chances.
Yeah,
what were our shots after 2 periods, Bart?
26-13, Edina advantage.
And then when you looked at last night's game, I believe Edina had the big margin there at 39-28. Delaney again from the left wing side. That bounces in wide of the mark. Oberle is there for the Pioneers. And to the right wing side it goes. That's off the side of the net. Hogue will cover that one up. As there was a nice power move by Henry Eischen to the net.
Well, I think he was looking for Joe Quast coming in. Quast a little late in the zone, but it was Eischen with some good speed, really put some pressure on the Edina defenseman. But it's Joe Quast going for a hat trick tonight. It'd be a really nice feather in his cap to get 3 goals in Braemar Arena and bring his team a win. But we still have 5:54 left to go. But time is starting to become an issue for the Edina Hornets. They've had some pretty good flow and some pretty good zone time, but they really haven't challenged Remington Keppel very much in this third period. Really a contrast to the way the familiarity that we've seen with Edina, where they turn it up in the third period. But Hill Murray's just done a great job of possessing the puck.
There's a wrist shot that's off a pair of shins. Now it's going to be handled by Vorlicke from the left wing across the line. Oh, when they hit the wall, that's what it is.
Oh, it
creates a little bit. So one of the pieces of equipment down there kind of buzzes right in front of the penalty box area. Happened last night at the girls' game, just if you're wondering, for those of you at home.
Boy, it looks like Vorlicke's a little ginger going off the ice. I think he's going to be no worse for the wear, but he's a little frustrated right now.
Didn't like it.
No, he didn't like it at all, and he's really a primary player for this Edina Hornets squad. 5:37 left in regulation time. Edina down by 1. They better get on their horse and put some pressure on Keppel and goal for the Pioneers.
Looks like he's going to the elbow. Oh. That one high and wide. Ooh, nice shot by Wallen off the draw. 5.5 to go. Here comes Nevers with Jungles. Nevers loads it up, carries it to a shallow angle through the goal mouth area. Down comes Williams. Now it's Malmquist with it. Turned away on the play by Oberle. Williams, right side for Boltman. Shots blocked. Nice job there. Joe Quast to make the play. Glove down by Boltman. Far side he goes. Nice little move there. Nevers a shot. That one in on goal. Keppel again the save.
Boy, Ryan Peterson sacrificed his body. Really had to change what the plan was for the Edina Hornets. Those are a commitment to defense, and that's what you're going to need in the game. Now we're under 5 minutes. Edina getting zone time, but Hill Murray being very responsible, pushing everything to the outside. Edina's getting some space, but the puck seems to be rolling on him. But Hill Murray survived another shift. It's going to be shift by shift for this Pioneer team to finish this out. But Edina, they're probably going to shorten up their bench a little bit, keep their big hitters out there. They need something to happen in a positive fashion here pretty quick.
Vorlicke has the left hip on the wall. I'm sure we'll see him climb over. He looks like he'll be okay, fighting through that one. Now Williams down the corner he goes. Had Chorsky on the move. It's going to be picked up by Mountain. This is great, this home-and-home series. Edina opens with a 3-0 win at Aldrich Arena. Here come the Pioneers with a 3-2 lead in the third period. They had a pair of 2-goal leads at 2-0 and 3-1. That one wide of the mark. Delaney now. Fleischacker with him. Chorsky positions himself, comes away with it, has Boltman up high. Instead goes to the far side, or the near side rather, for Williams. Pushes the puck wide of the mark. Chorsky will wait for it as he's going to be met by Jensen. Jensen now muscled in along the end wall with 4:05 to go in the period. Shoved down the wall. There's Chorsky. Oh, nice move to get open. Back door. There's a shot and a save by Keppel. What a good one there. Here come the Pioneers back out of the zone. Up the left wing side and back in behind. Cut off by Hogue. Hops his stick a bit there. Now it's going to be Boltman away with it. Look out as he stood up on the play by Hurley, and that gets underneath the stick of Peterson back in behind the Hill-Murray zone. Back into the neutral zone. Vorlicki loads it up, sends it right back in behind. That's cut off again by Keppel. Peterson will regroup behind the net. Now Oberle will watch this one all the way up to the right wing for Mountain. Plays it ahead. 3:23 to go in the period. Oh, here comes Reiners, led with the mitt there. Could have been a bit of a problem, but they let him roll. Right wing side. Vorlicki, oh, wow, he got away with one there. He was stood up by Reifenberger, and then he greeted him with a cross-check. And, Reifenberger, smart player, went right after the elbow, and then Vorlicki comes after him again and lets him know.
Well, you want to really, it's good to see Reifenberger back on the ice so he's no worse for the wear, but yeah, I've never been a big fan of letting your emotions be known to your opponent. There's really no benefit.
Especially when you're down 3-2.
Absolutely, especially a primary player like him. It's just good to see Vorlicki back for the Edina Hornets and Reifenberger back for the Pioneers, so they have all their resources available as far as the coaches, but Edina's putting on some pressure. 3:10 now. Not only is the enemy for the Pioneers for the Hornets, but the clock is going to become a huge issue from this point forward. They're going to take some chances, Pete. They got to get some shots on goal.
Of essence, as we like to say. Fought out of the neutral zone by Eischen.
Great effort.
Reiners in the corner. Eischen comes over, jammed on the play by Reiners. Now Nevers, nice job to fish and run. Here he goes. He better hurry, though. He's got Joe Quast all over him. Up to the left wing side for Jungles. Terrific back check there by the Pioneer forward. Up to the line now. Boltman looks over for Williams. Williams angles one down off a stick. Malmquist comes away with it out of the corner. Lets a shot go. That's blocked to the neutral zone, and it's going to be Boltman now to regroup. Plays it to the left wing side for Williams. On the tape across the line for Nevers. Guides it over to Malmquist. Down low they go. That one scores! And went it off Nevers. They're saying no goal. Took me by surprise right here. We'll see what they do with it.
Well, obviously Edina's not going to be happy about the call, but they're saying that it went in off a skate. It was redirected by Nevers. He's pleading his case. You don't generally win that one, and there's no replays in high school. But I guess if you're Edina, try to take as much positive as you can out of this because you did beat the goaltender, but it's not going to count. But Pioneers get a little bit of a break on that one, but the rules are the rules. If it was a kicking motion, it's not going to count.
No goal.
Well, this might just motivate Edina a little bit more, but again, the Pioneers...
or energize the Pioneers.
Absolutely, but they've done a good job of maintaining their positioning and really forcing Edina to work. It was a nice sequence by Edina down low, got the puck where they needed to get it, but you got to get that stick on the puck, not the skates. But the faceoff is going to come down into the Pioneer zone, 2:25 left in regulation time. Chorsky, Delaney, and Shoemaker come out for this Edina Hornet team. Jensen and
so back outside we go of the zone. It's going to be Boltman now. Pioneers. I've been thoroughly impressed with this effort by this hockey club. I mean, the old adage is you win with seniors. You win and lose with seniors, and there's plenty of them on this Edina roster. There will be plenty of them on the Pioneers roster in the coming couple of years. But to be in here stride for stride with the Hornets right now is quite impressive.
Now, this is a team that can skate. They have some speed, plus they have some stick skill as well. But they've really had a good showing tonight. I'm sure they were motivated after last night to at least come in and inflict their will and play their game. And so far, they've been pretty good. Just 2 minutes to go in third period. Edina down by 1. Hill-Murray on the rush.
Back across the line. It's played back in deep by the Pioneers. Jensen checked on the play by Williams. Chorsky is there as well. And now it's going to be Mountain with it. Chorsky checks him. 1:44 to go. Clock ticking. This is where the Pioneers want it. Offensive zone. Strobel up to the line. Wrist shot deflected wide of the mark. Williams has a stick inside there. Cut off by Hurley. Chorsky ahead to Shoemaker. Sends it back to center. And right back into Hornet territory. Hogue is still placed inside the goal. We'll watch for the extra attacker. Delaney plays to the left wing side for Nevers. To the bench Delaney goes. Williams as well. On comes Vorlicki and Jungles. Far side with 1:10.
There he goes.
Now off the ice he goes. Oh, just as he leaves, the puck is back into the Edina zone, and there's no ice on the play. Hustle play there by Tabacol, but Vorlicki not panicked by that. Ahead, Malmquist for Nevers across the line. Jungles to the net. Touched off by Chorsky. Malmquist up for Vorlicki with 52 to go. Wrist shot. That hits traffic. Now back up to the line. It's Boltman. Boltman's going to guide this one down to the left side. Oh, that one back into the neutral zone. 42 to go in the period. Now it's going to be Nevers with it. Chips a pass. Good stick there. Sent in by Oberle to chip it away. Pioneers flip it high to center. Bounces this one away and icing the call with 30.7 to go. I'm sure we'll see a tee off of one of these coaches coming up here.
Absolutely. Just rest them, get them refocused. Still 30.7 left with an offensive zone faceoff for the Hornets. The onus is now on the Pioneers to win this faceoff and just clear the zone. Just get it out of the zone, force them to come back in and burn some time off the clock. But it's going to be an exciting 30.7 seconds. But Edina, in kind of an unusual situation for them, is playing catch-up right now. And Hill Murray very inspired. But when you talked about coming in here with the youngsters, I think that these are the kind of games that help them mature a little bit, help the process move forward, gives them confidence in the belief in what they're doing. And they're going to have some residual value and get better, I think, as the year goes on. 3 goals, 4 is pretty good against Edina in this arena. But Pioneers, defense has never really been their issue so far this year. They've been a sound defensive team. It's just getting the puck in the net. But now they have one more than the Edina Hornets. And you don't have to win by 5. You just have to win by 1. And they're in a good position right now.
You know, Bart, entering this one at 9-4-2, the Pioneers with their 26 goals against Edina with 27 with their 13-1-1 record. I mean, that if you can be stingy, you've got a chance always in this game especially. And Edina scores goals in bunches, 27, 27, 27 across the board in each period.
Yeah, in fact, they're averaging 5.5 goals a game, and really, they're out shooting their opponents overall by about 240 shots in those 15 games. So this is an Edina Hornet team that can put shots on the board in a hurry. But I think Hill Murray's done a pretty responsible job to limit the good quality scoring opportunities, forcing everything to the outside. But the busy sticks and the quick feet and the proper positioning has really boded well for this Pioneers team.
It's been an effective effort by Bill Lechner's addition, as Bart was saying.
Indeed,
30 seconds to go here in the period. 50-50 to the corner. Malmquist gets there. They get it in the air, batted down by Vorlicki to keep the line. Plays it over for Boltman. Vorlicki now. Lots of traffic in front of him. Wrist shot blocks up off the netting and out of play. 16.5. Pioneers wrapping on the boards because they love the defensive play with the stick there.
Well, absolutely, and they've had busy sticks all night. Sticks are on pucks, and that's what you want as the coach, but that just burned about 15 more seconds. So Edina, time is running out. Very, very important face-off for both teams.
Back into the corner, face-off win by the Pioneers. Back through center. They rag off about 6 seconds with that one. Now 10.6 to go.
Well, they've had pretty good success in the dots in their own zone of late, so you can afford to take that. It just chips it off and really closes that window just a little bit more, and it's Chorsky on the face-off, right-handed shot, but Edina's going to have to win this face-off.
He's on the forehand here. We'll see what he does with it. Wallen's been good in the back to Vorlicki, rolls the center. That's going to pretty much do it. Hornets have to hurry back up on side, and they're offside at the line. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pioneers are jumping. They're stoked. They walked into Braemar Arena. They righted a wrong, which is a 3-0 loss at Aldrich Arena. Came in here. Keppel was amazing in goal. They win by a score of 3-2. This club is for real. You better watch out for the Pioneers, Bart Archer.
Well, indeed, and they needed this. They were 3-3-2 in their last 8 games after starting 6-1. So really getting a win in Braemar Arena against the number 3 rated Edina Hornets team puts another blemish in the loss column for Edina, but they came in and earned this one, Pete. They really played a sound game. It wasn't perfect by any stretch, but it's a step forward in their process, and whenever you have a Bill Lechner coach team, they're going to ramp it up once they on the race to the X. So they're going to be heard from before this is all said and done. Edina is just one of those kind of games. They're just going to have to move past it, learn a little something from it, and come out their next game. And what is their next game, Pete? Something to look forward to, you think?
Be Thursday night from Pagel Activity Center. You and I will be queued up. Tell everybody about that one. We'll have it live on the MNHockey.tv.
Well, I know
excited to do that. You and I do a lot of the Tonka games. They're part of the package, so We know those kids well and looking very forward to it.
Absolutely, and this Edina team is going to be very motivated. They want to get back to the win column, and they want to get back as quick as possible. So they're going to have a couple days to think about it, work on some things, and they're going to face the number 1 rated Minnetonka Skippers team. It promises to be exceptional. This game was a great game tonight. Appreciate the effort from both teams. Appreciate everybody for tuning in and joining us tonight. Minnesota Hockey Day. You know, it's been a fabulous day so far.
Well, I like to call it Hockey Night in Edina and Hockey Day in Minnesota.
That's
I
what
mean,
I
you
bet.
can't get two better things embodied in a day of hockey. Kind of cool. Got a couple players that are going to kneel in prayer as Joe Quast is joined by a couple of Hornets players. We've seen this with the Eden Prairie Eagle team a lot. It's Boltman is out there for Edina as well. And who am I missing there? Is that that Rugemer?
I think it's Morton, Boltman, and for Joe Quast, as you said. But some discussions with the referee.
I'm checking that out right now. Dave Twilliger's fine. He's saying, great job, guys. We're all good here.
No, he's a very level-headed individual and just
That
probably
shot
wanted
at
some
center
qualification.
that shot at center ice is what it's all about here in high school hockey.
appreciate
Tip of
it.
the cap to those guys.
Absolutely.
And, I see the Edina guys, Jake Boltman and company, pretty much the same cast of characters. And this is what it's about.
And another thing just outside the bench is Coach Lechner and the coaching staff of Hill Murray getting together with the coaching staff of Edina and exchanging some pleasantries. So, good feelings all the way around. I'm sure Coach Kurt Giles didn't want to take a loss in his backyard, but, his team showed character. I mean, they never quit. They kept working hard. But I think the story tonight is the Hill Murray Pioneers coming into a hostile environment and coming out with a win.
Indeed. Well, the good thing for them is they split with Edina over the home-and-home weekend. It proved to be a really good experiment for these two teams. As I said, it was a 4-period game or a 6-period game, and
just a long intermission.
Yeah, I mean it was outstanding. So that's going to do it here from Braemar Arena. Once again, the final score: the Hill Murray Pioneers 3 and the Edina Hornets 2. Matt Harrington, great job here.
As
You're going to
always.
keep working behind the scenes. You're going to join me and Bart for the state tournament coverage, which you can hardly wait for. We wish you the best of luck when you go back to Bradley University in Peoria, Illinois, and you work some of their club hockey games and whatnot. You've been an invaluable source here for us. Will Vanderbilt on the camera, and, of course, John Sands back on the highlights, back in the studios. For Bart Archer, I'm Pete Wagner. Good night, everybody.